Papino, what's Papino? Salute to St. Louis. Jose Casino was Papino. Green Eyes was popping, Um, we have a dilemma, man. There's a strong dilemma. We have to talk about this. There's a lot of things going on in Clubhouse with Wack, and I'm feeling like he's taking shots at New York now. We understand you're beefing with certain entertainers, but you're bringing it to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Of course, New York cats do not. We don't, just like any other neighborhood, we don't condone snitching. We don't condone ratting. Of course, like other hoods. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure in your neck of the woods, where you from, Wack, you're not saluting the rats, the dudes that told on individuals. I'm pretty sure of that. So it just seems to be that there's a big spotlight on the individuals from New York that seem to tell stories of Nicky Barnes, Frank Lucas, and so on and so on. They get all the light in the world. Salute John Shaft. Let me tell you about New York, man. My cloth, my era, my generation. You know what I'm saying? You're meeting guys from my generation in New York because a lot of guys have upgraded their game into hip hop. You mentioned this individual who just argued with Jim Jones. You said their name. You said something about Fabio and asked my man such and such from East New York. His name started with an L. Now, you keep talking about these rats and rat lovers and dudes and suckers, but then it's like the name you mentioned, he told on D Nice and them. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not trying to throw dirt on him, but dudes know what I'm talking about, son from the East. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know he deals with Fabio, he dealt with Little Mama, he dealt with Pop Smoke, he's in the circle. You know what I'm saying? So you know I know. So we know that hip-hop has a long list of dudes, individuals that told. Those are entertainers. And they're going to tell you what they need to tell you, Wack, to make you feel like, yo, we're the real ones in New York. And even though I told, these dudes are scared of me, them dudes know what time it is. That's not how the game goes. I don't know how the rules go in California. But in New York City, what's good maintaining 140. What goes on in New York is when you told, like, after like 9-5, 9-6, you never showed face again. There was no such thing as coming back to the block. If your favorite rats that you know that you feel like, yo, they could show face, they couldn't do that. I don't care how many bodies you had, how many shootings you had. Everybody was shooting in the 90s, late 80s. So no matter how many bodies you put together, how many shootings you put together, there wasn't a lane for, yo, I told on 12 dudes, salute. I told on 12 individuals and I'm back on the block. You was getting chased off the block. Nobody cared about that. Nobody cared about, well, your resume went to the garbage can when we say that, once you told. And we're talking about from TNT sales. You got dudes, you got to understand, Wack, there's individuals that's in jail that caught 12 to 25 to life for TNT sales that never told, bro. They never told where they got it packed from. That went all the way to jail. Had to deal with Rikers Island for 6-7 months, blow trial. This is before the gang era. They're speaking about the gang era. I'm not going to touch on it. When I'm going to touch on it, stop disrespecting my cloth, man. Don't disrespect my cloth, man. You are out of town. Let's talk about the dudes that rat in LA. Let's make some stories about them. Let's glorify your rats. Let's start making shows about the guy, the individual who killed Nipsey Hussle. Let's glorify him. Let's glorify him, party people. Let's glorify the guy that killed Nipsey. Because y'all love glorifying our rats. So let's glorify your rats. That, you know what I'm saying? Let's do that. Let's glorify rats for rats. Let's do that. Let's glorify the guy who killed Nipsey Hussle. Let's see how individuals in California feel when we start glorifying the individual who yourself was telling that killed Nipsey Hussle. Oh, you're going too far. Yo, that's not real. We don't condone telling. We don't cheerlead the dudes that tell. You see what I'm saying? We know it's content. We know this is the way for your dudes to get money, but that's corny, man. That is corny, man. There's so many dudes in New York that because when you talk about New York, you're trying to put us all in the same pot with these entertainers you're beefing with. We got nothing to do with the entertainers, bro. We don't have nothing to do with it. Stop putting us, because the world looking at New York like, yo, your dudes is corny, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. First and foremost, we should have kept, one thing that we should have did was we should have kept our image with our street blocks and our crews. We should have never picked up a bandana. I don't care what other sides of New York City did, we should have kept it to what we was. That's a fact. Once we picked up what they're doing, then now we're piggybacking off of their culture. Our culture ain't they culture, bro. We watch when most of us see Menace to Society, there wasn't a large group of Crips and Bloods in New York. Don't say forever, Young Forever was Papino. There wasn't a large group, Mafia, you know what I'm saying? Salute. There wasn't a large group of Crips and Bloods in New York. So we can't say that when we see Menace to Society, that was our culture. Because it definitely was. The Boys in the Hood was in our culture. Colors was in our culture. We were still in the lobby, busting moves. We didn't have trap houses. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? We had corners and lobbies and benches. You know what I mean? Hill holes. Most of us. So let's get back to the reality, man. Because at some point, right? 6ix9ine told on some individuals, right? Now this is what I get from the story, right? At the end of the day, right? I sat here and said, okay, he told on whatever he told on, right? I'm listening to Shotty's interview. Now you had dudes that made interviews, sent letters out, said all they can say about Shotty being a snitch, what he might have told them, right? But when they gave Shotty a chance to speak, he actually bigged up his homies and other homies that he don't deal with, but yo, you know what? They stood tall to the cause, right? That's the difference in the mind frames of individuals. You feel me? Like let's be real, right? Let's honestly be real. I can sit here all day and be like, yo, this guy over here, boom, this guy that. But okay, what makes a guy real because he didn't get punched in the face? Let me tell you something, man. I don't care who you thought you was. Do you want to know why people don't glorify Quarterfield for? Do you want to know why Quarterfield, the notorious gangster out of Brooklyn, nobody sits and cheerlead him all day for? You want to know why? Because it's alleged that he was cooperating with the police. So the G's of his generation, they don't cheerlead him. They don't go, yo, Quarterfield was a real one. Because after the end of the conversation, Quarterfield, who was a killer, right? Busting his gun. Quarterfield, we're talking about Ocean Hill, Brownsville. Saratoga, Bergen, Dean, right? You don't see none of them Brooklyn cats going on no platforms about, yo, shout out to my man Quarterfield. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? And we know how he went. You know what I'm saying? It was a different cloth, man. That cop that died on that block in the South Side of Jamaica, Queens, Officer Burns. Why did he die for? Because he was sitting in front of somebody's house that had informed on some individuals on that block. So that's why he passed away for, because he passed away because another cop that was sitting in front of there or in the area got on Pappy nerves allegedly and things went crazy. But at the end of the day, they needed police presence to sit in front of that man's house because you was not going to call police on us all day, witnessing crimes and you going to court and cooperating. That's how the game went, man. Y'all allowing this game to get twisted. You're allowing the principles to go wary. Y'all allowing these stories to go crazy. There's no, this is what really happened. Yo, let me tell you something, man. I'm in back of the days, right? My man disappeared with a pack. You know what I'm saying? The first things dudes assumed that he was telling, bro. The first thing they thought, yo, son, he come back 2 days from now? You know what I'm saying? That nigga can tell you, bro, you tell him. That's the first, because in the streets you don't have, because you worried about sticking kids, TNT, and you wasn't worried about the feds because the feds wasn't really messing with us then, the early 90s. But I'm gonna read off some cases, some people who caught major cases, just like the person that y'all idolize and people that y'all do idolize that never told. That got 10 bodies in New York City, not out of town, not any projects, not yo, I did this and did that. That guy forever and a day that's fighting for their freedom and they can't speak because they're fighting for their freedom. These guys would love to talk on these platforms and go, what? This guy was in PC. This guy he wasn't in population. But the narratives changed, right? Some dudes, my man told me this, and it was a G. It was great. A good friend of mine said, yo, see, Black, you gotta keep this in mind. Dudes been telling all their life, some of these dudes. So you gotta keep this in mind. This ain't the first time a lot of these dudes told. Look at the behaviors. Look at what individuals do. All the internet doing is showing you what dudes been doing. They tell you what they want to tell you, but your action speaks louder than words. I got a couple of people I didn't tell. A couple of individuals I didn't tell. We're not condoning telling our cloth. The cloth that I come from is Nicky Barnes never showed face. He ain't show face and run around acting like he was this notorious killer, Manila killer, because he knew that we wasn't dealing with him. When he tried to come after Harlem hugging and kissing, there wasn't no love there. Come on, bro. And these are old timers. Nah, son. Come on, Nicky. You calling dudes, yo, lose my number, man. Do you know me of his friends that Nicky Barnes sent to jail that died in jail? Do you know any friends of Nicky Barnes that died in jail? His friends. Dudes that he called his day one. Even I read his book. I read the book. He said even one friend, I'm tight that he even said my name. Because if I'm saying my name, he got the rest of his life in the feds. His friends. Why? Because he says over abroad. You wouldn't tell because even though you told on Tito Johnson and your wife, but you told on Guy Fisher in the slide, so which argument you want us to have? So why the hell did Tito Johnson go to jail for? You know what I'm saying? Like, why tell on Tito Johnson and your actual wife, and then go now because dudes let dudes whatever they're gonna do? Nah, because this is what individuals do, man. Dudes sit down and they calculate chess moves, man. Who the police want? The police give you a bunch of names and they tell you the name they want to seek within you, right? This is what they tell you. Listen, what's up with Guy Fisher? Oh, he's trying to get the Apollo, get him. My excuse is he messed with my ex-girlfriend. Oh, Tito Johnson, you want to come up? Boy, you got my cars and my kids, get him. And that's how the game went. So now we're coming to the point where what happened to New York? Because you're arguing with an entertainer. Somebody said something to me the other day that was so strong, right? This is about Freaky Zeke. Shout out to Freaky. And I'm going to say just shout out to Freaky. Nigga said, yo, why the media going so hard on Freaky for? Freaky was never in nobody's way. Freaky from Washington Project, Zeke. You said it yourself. He wasn't really in nobody's way. But what was they doing? They was going to school, they was running around, but they was really focusing on basketball and rapping careers. They wasn't focusing on what the block was doing. They knew what was going on in the block, but they was really focusing on another line of work. See, they was popular before hip hop. Y'all can't act like Freaky Zeke and them wasn't popular before hip hop. Manhattan Center was popping when Wacker was Wacker. When the bosses had basketball teams, these were the guys pulling up. Not just Wacker, but Millbank, Kingdom, all the basketball tournaments. You seen Cam and Mace and all these other dudes and Kuda Love and all the names that became hip hop icons. So they get on in hip hop now. So you gotta keep in mind, technically, Freaky been a civilian since the early 90s. When Kim had his first deal with Zeke and them dudes, they was in the street, but these dudes was going on tours. They was doing shows. So for us to really sit down here and we trash him and go crazy on him, why? He wasn't doing that. He doesn't proclaim to do that. He doesn't even sit around and proclaim. He just talk about his environment and what he grew up in, which is Washington, right? The D was crazy, right? So why he can't talk about the D? He grew up with y'all. He played tag with Cuddy, you know? You know what I'm saying? So that's a fact. That's a fact, bro. So now we put him in a category because somebody wants to create a bag off of 6ix9ine. We get it. We understand it. You understand what I'm saying? We get it. We understand it. But where does the value of respect come in at? Why do we got to flip one out on? Wack. Let's start glorifying the guy that killed Nipsey Hussle. Maybe we need to start doing that. Let's go, yeah, he's a real one. He came back to smoke, son. Plus hit the spot up. Because that's what you're doing when you talk about, when you come at Jones, you know, right? But then it's disrespectful. Then that's, oh, yo, you're bugging. Nipsey's the real one. He did it for the black people. How you going to disrespect Nipsey like that? So how you going to disrespect? We can't pick and choose, bro. This is. I don't know what world you grew up in. I don't know what you understand. Let me tell you something, man. I deal with real life and real life times. You know what I'm saying? It's either it happened or it didn't happen. I don't care how it happened, but if it happened, it happened. If we got slapped in the yard, I don't want to hear the long story. Yo, but this is what really happened, but behind closed doors, this was the conversation. Yo, bro, did you get slapped or not? Okay, well, what did you do when you got slapped? Yo, I really didn't do nothing. I stumbled and fell. Say no more then, bro. That's what it is then. You ain't doing nothing. You didn't react. Everybody has a bad reaction day. One day I had a bad reaction day. I got punched in the head, didn't do nothing. I said, oh, because you could call me off balance. It happens. I don't go, nah, but if he didn't snuff me, I would have shook out with him crazy. Nah, it happens. This happens in life, bro. This is what happens in life, man. It's upsetting because New York is getting trashed. Why are we getting trashed for? We don't have nothing to do with Wack 100. We got nothing to do with checking. The dudes that he deal with, I'm not going to sit here and make a crazy video about K-Slay, but they wasn't inspiring when we was growing up. Who on 47 was inspiring? Okay, why do they suck Son off for? Because he's the most famous dude that came off the block and got money. The mother dudes never really did nothing. They was woo heads, coke heads, they got a little bit of money. The most famous thing that came off that block was the Freaky Deakies. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Free Calvin. Everybody else had to get money out of town. There wasn't nothing inspiring about that. You have to go salute the Poodle, salute the JJ Slade, rest in peace. Those are our rebels, plus a bunch of bodyguard that was out there. But they wasn't really moving them Puerto Ricans off those corners. They wasn't directing traffic. Randy Love, what blocks he had over there? So we had to figure it out, my generation. We had to, shout out to son from Washington, from Nelson Building, Big Head Nelson Building. You know what I'm saying? They was getting money over there in the D. The Puerto Ricans had the D at one point in time. I was there when the Puerto Ricans was in the D getting that bread. Shout out to you and them that was in the D, that was going hard. We had to come up because our forefathers above us they wasn't in no position. If there was one that was in position, he was going out of town. I'm having a block here and there. Shout out to Johan and them. You know what I'm saying? Man skiing them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them, bro. They was here. You know what it's like to grow up in an area that's full of, what y'all would say, the ops. They wasn't our ops. We just had to grow up going like, damn, let's get a block. We got to. There was always love, man. Don't misconstrue the conversation, my man. You're misconstruing the conversation. And that's what's getting me George Jackson, because a lot of you dudes don't want to be the name and the voice of New York City. How? You never had a voice on your block. How do you become the voice of New York City and you never had a voice on your block? How? How could you say, we're the voice of New York City on your block? You ever put work on your block? Nah, not really. I snuck it, but I never went to war with them in my building. So how do you become the voice of New York telling what's real and what's fake when you never did nothing that pertained to being real? I want to hear about jail stories. I know a bunch of cowards that became famous in the penitentiary and came back home, taking packs, came back home. Didn't I tell you can't be out here? Didn't I tell you? I seen that in my lifetime. I ain't seen dudes come up top and my man you smack them all in the head. You know what I'm saying? Let me shout out to you, man. Y'all know you from Washington. You wear $120 with curls. You know what I'm saying? Let me. Nice with his hands, man. I didn't see him smack dudes in the head. Come here, stupid. Didn't I tell you can't be out here? Didn't I tell you? Dudes, I just came home. That don't mean nothing. That's when dudes coming home like animals up top. They necks like this. There wasn't no quick chill program. Dudes used to waste. The only dudes that dudes was scared of that came home that niggas used to was Poodle, but Poodle was on another type of game. And your man, he locked up now. What's that rap girl name? Something Bunny. What's her name? Oh, shit. Malik, right? Malik. Because he got that, you know what I'm saying, the car, he was a shooter when it was Poodle with him. You know what I'm saying? He freed him. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, he got a long time, 35, Malik, or whatever they call him. You know what I'm saying? Bugs in them niggas. We had to grow up amongst the wolves. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Papito. Exactly, boss B. Niggas and dudes just talking crazy. For what? You got platforms that's trying to co-sign and create this narrative like this is what's real. Let me tell you something. Uptown, we was not saying words like garments. We wasn't saying things like go to the scales. Exactly. I was locked up with books. Exactly. Shout out to books free. You know what I'm saying? You talking about books 9192 books. You know what I'm saying? Um, those wasn't uptown words. That was a Brooklyn thing. Garments, go to the scales. When I say uptown going to the scales, I'm going to see Bobby. They say go to the scales. They're going to really go into the scales. They're going to snatch some jewelry. They take a couple of good rings and go to the scales. That was Brooklyn slang. Brooklyn was on their own time. The only time Manhattan came to play with Brooklyn was when they came to book somebody. It wasn't for the fact of when the Brooklyn cats came to the rooftop, they came strictly for larceny reasons. It wasn't to dance with the girl. It wasn't to get coked up. It wasn't to spend $100 to smoke or some crack. They came for the sole purpose of booking something. You think the Warriors was crazy? It was a long ride back to East New York. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't coming uptown to go, yo, you know what I'm saying? They was coming uptown for the pure energy of we're gonna book something. So let's deal with the facts, bro. Let's stop letting these dudes create these narratives like, nah, this is what New York, it was nothing like that, bro. When you see Brooklyn dudes in the streets, in the train, you automatically got ready to go. If you seen a group of Brooklyn cats on 125th and Lex, you knew it was some bullshit. Oh, here we go. They got the baby axes. They're going to bust open the jewelry store window, start snatching and grabbing. You wasn't doing that. We had packs in our pocket. Remember the jewelry store on 125th and Lex? That little joint? I remember they bust the window open. What happened? Some Brooklyn cats came through. That was Brooklyn time. The only dudes in the Harlem that was doing that at that time, and that was dudes that started smoking wolves. Was the woolhead generation. Nobody want to talk about half your big homies was woolheads. Half these dudes, Spanish dudes, was woolheads. Now, Army and Navy, my guy. No disrespect, but so be honest. A lot of you dudes will sleep on the floor and jail saved you. You're caught 2-3 good robberies, went up north, and then a gang culture was created. And a lot of y'all mixed in with the gang culture, and it worked. That's what you're talking about, Wack. Not all of them, but a lot of them, man. Don't put us in them brackets, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read something for you, all right? I got something for you, man. Because I'm getting upset. You going with K Slade. He from First Ave. You been moralizing somebody. How about Papo? Why don't you mention Papo? Why don't you mention Papo Coco, who never told, bro? Why don't you talk about them? You don't care about boy. Talk about Papo. Let's talk about Papo. No, you gotta talk about him because you don't know. You gotta talk about the individual who sold out all his principles and more. Let's talk about Papo. He from 100th Street. Been on that block for 30 years, at a 30-year run. He ain't telling nobody. Don't you think he know about at least 20 good bodies, allegedly? Don't you think he know about that? But he ain't tell. He took his time with a life bit behind him. That niggas is wild, man. Fuck out of here, man. My corp, we don't respect that rat shit, man. I'm gonna fuck what rats your niggas love. Let's talk about your rats. Let's glorify your rats. From now on, you'll talk about these rats. We're gonna talk about his son who killed Nipsey. We're gonna glorify him. Don't say he's sitting around trying to paint a narrative to these out of town like what's real and what's fake. What money was son getting in East River? I was there getting money out there. Somebody from East River tell me, other than the Freaky Deakies, Club 105, who's over there getting money? Let's talk about it. Who's black that was getting money that was working for the Puerto Ricans? That's your projects, Wilson. Well, who's black? The African Americans was out there. I remember y'all couldn't sell krills in your own projects. Y'all couldn't even sell krills, B. In East River, Wilson. You still alive. The man, the biggest killer. You know what I'm saying? The biggest killer, riding around like this, he wasn't doing nothing for his projects. So you heard them niggas said the Puerto Ricans getting all the money. Gene from St. Louis. He a dude from St. Louis that was on the west side of Harlem, or he from the Midwest. He was around puffing them. He's around a bunch of real dudes that was on the west side. You know what I'm saying? That mean team. They was getting money though. Eastside Ferg Pops. I don't know if he's officially from St. Louis, but I seen the documentary where he said, I don't know him personally, but his crew's famous. You know what I'm saying? Shout, you know what I'm saying? That's a fact, man, Glorious. Like, bro, relax, bro. Bro, relax. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, because you're going too far. We know you want to get the bag, understand that, but don't disrespect New York for that. Yeah, he used to run with, I think he used to be like security, but he was down with a crew that was getting money. Remember the West Side, you had the 40 Wolves, you had the Mean Team, already called itself Mean Team, then you had the Best Outs in the NFL. All that's that whole little crew over there, you know what I'm saying? Them blocks, them side blocks. He was a part of one of those blocks, you know what I'm saying? So being in the mix of all that, he started doing security with Puff and all that, and you know what I'm saying? So he was around first generation Bad Boy Records, you know what I'm saying? He was around when Puff had the DJs and, you know, the Bad Boy DJs, Big J, you know, with Boosie B, the whole Bad Boy thing, you know what I'm saying? He was around for that generation of Bad Boy, you know what I'm saying? The original, you know what I'm saying? The Super Mario days, you know what I'm saying? You hear me? But I'm not taking nothing from him. He's just doing a lot of, he's going crazy on Puff. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't feed all the wolves, right? He's trying to give Puff a body, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna let up till Puff get 25 to life, you know what I'm saying? But that's their issue, you know what I'm saying? Gotta feed the wolves sometimes to shut them up. You know, listen, relax. But I'm gonna get back to the East Harlem thing, you know what I'm saying? Papo, East Harlem. Because I think we gotta have these conversations, man. I truly believe that we gotta have these conversations. I truly believe that these conversations that gotta be happening, right? And I'm not sourced this time, so this you're actually getting some real shit. All right, this is something right here. This is Papa. You thought it was Scarface. Actually, you thought it was Scarface in this picture, right? You know what I'm saying? They went up in his house and they found this. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna tell you about the story. A major East Harlem kingpin is the wannabe Scarface, cop said. Safrino Papo Perez was so obsessed with Al Pacino's portrayal of the violent drug boss Tony Montana in the hit 1983 movie that he superimposed his face over the actors in the movie's poster and kept it on his bedstead. This what slipped by him. He thought he was Scarface. He's very proud of what he's doing, obviously, and he's quite arrogant and narcissistic. NYPD Inspector Lori Pollard said when asked why Perez photoshopped the picture, cops seized the photo, pounds and pounds of diamonds, encrusted bling, and mountains of cash from his Yonkers apartment and elsewhere. This is his business. This is what he's been doing his entire life. His entire life. I met Papa with Jay Slay. Rest in peace, Jay Slay, because those are the dudes you grew up around. So one day, those are his mans. I went with him over there to 100th Street, and I linked up with him and Coco. Me and him and Coco went to the Bronx, and we was talking those are his friends. That shout out to definitely them dudes. 100th Street, 1st Ave, between 1st and 2nd by the sanitation spot. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Jova, TDO. Shout out to my man Sace. You know what I'm saying? G&R crew spawned G&R to kill the sanitation trucks. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Donald from 100th Street. He in the streets right now. This when you had New Metro. Shout out to Money One from New Metro 131. You heard? Now we're going back to the deadly streets of East Harlem. Authorities say that for 25 years, listen, for 25, Perez has operated a well-oiled $650,000 a year cocaine delivery service on Manhattan's East Side and a $1.1 million a year wholesale business. Prosecutors invoked the 2009 drug kingpin statute against Perez, who was 45 then. So all his life he's been hustling, you know what I'm saying, on the East Side. You know what I'm saying? This is their story, their allegations. Prosecutors invoked who is being held on Rikers Island. The statute used against major drug traffickers carries a sentence of 25 to life. Now, he didn't tell. Here goes the major story. The 15-month probe took off after several suspects in jail offered up enough evidence to get court-ordered wiretaps. See what I said about the wiretaps? People gave information with his phone number, and they gave him enough information so they could go to a judge and get a warrant for a wiretap. I say this all the time on my show, right? Don't I say this, right? It doesn't take they get your number, and if they can prove that you're doing something illegal with your number, they go to a judge, and the judge signs off on it, and they got you. So that's how they get the landline. You know what I'm saying? Cops zeroed in on Perez and two other drug lords, Nelson Rajham, 43, and German Mouse Torres, free mouse. You know what I'm saying? Who also were busted on the top charge. They changed New York State drug laws. They changed it from Rockefeller laws to enterprise crime thing. And what happens with the enterprise crime is they got people that they call top tier, which is kingpin, but a kingpin status. So what happens is instead of you getting the normal 6 flat or 10 flat, you're looking at the 10 to life and 20 to life. You know what I'm saying? With those sentences at times. You know what I'm saying? The investigation brought down an entire notorious drug operation, whose kingpin as well insulated for the years he was virtually untouchable. This is how low he was. Definitely shout out to Chase Queen, said salute, but always respect back in the bushes, you heard? You gotta look around all crazy, look for the garments, look for the chains, you know what I'm saying? I already know, shout out to the whole East New York, you heard? Shout out to the whole East New York, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy, you know what I'm saying? Vance said Perez accounted for 1/3 of all the cocaine supply in East Harlem. He said the gang's delivery service operated like a busy dry cleaner or pizza parlor, serving up to 100 customers a day. Shout out to Let's Talk About It. Great work on that interview you did earlier. Perez's wife was also arrested in the takedown. So now, they talk about a man who did not tell. 2011, he caught this case. Let's get to the get down. He had 22 girlfriends, right? Perez initially ran an 80,000 a day operation. That's good for the 2000s, allegedly. I mean, 80,000 a day in the 2000s is like making dope money. He was selling coke. You know what I'm saying? He definitely all the way up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Now that heck of the amazing part in this community, because the guy who told who y'all all love to talk about, Perez would sometimes answer the phone himself personally, directing customers to wait for $20 bags at the Upper East Side addresses, most frequently on East 95th Street. That was 3 blocks away from Z Black. Shout out to East 95th, 96 PS 198. You know what I'm saying? And between 1st and 2nd Avenue. For those that don't know what East 95th Street is, on 96th Street, and I grew up, a lot of your favorite gangsters used to smoke some wools. They used to squeegee a lot of cars. There was a squeegee epidemic. It was all there by that school, Manhattan Vocational. So 91st Street's the next block across, or between 1st and 2nd Normandy Court. I'm gonna give you the Upper East Side for those that's not from New York City or those that have been on that side before. That's the borderline. There's a park there called White Park on 96th Street that's by Metropolitan Hospital. You know what I'm saying? Now, he stood by the rules, right? Now, how many people talk about Papa? He caught his 20 years at 45 years old. You don't think his back was against the wall? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, was Papa, James? You know what I'm saying? You're definitely being was Papa. So, being from New York, speak to the individuals that you're speaking to, but remember, these guys are entertainers, and do your due diligence in your history on these individuals. Understand, beefing with, the Dipset, these guys are rappers. I'm not going to say they wasn't in the street, but these guys are rappers. Most of their career, they've been rapping. You know what I'm saying? They've been rapping. Shout out to you, bro. So let's stop trying to act like these dudes with the medium in the street. This gang culture and put them someplace else, which I know they really don't want to be. Do you really think they want their records and all this being told because they're alleged gang members? Exactly, and that's exactly what he is, bro. And we have to understand what that is, bro. Now I just mentioned Papa from First Stab. Now when you want to speak about the one guy, let's talk about Papa. He was there for 25 years, bro. He caught his case when he was 45. That case, the last case he caught. Why he don't get his accolades for? You don't think he a real one? You don't think he know about robberies and dudes used to get beat up? Ask your favorite storyteller that one. Ask him that. What was Papa and the Coco room doing when they was younger? Zulu Nation days. Peace of the Guards and Earths that was running around too. Peace of the Guards and Earths. Yeah, we had a bunch of Puerto Rican guards running around Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Peace of the Guards and Earths. You know what I'm saying? Peace to Poodle. You know what I'm saying? Peace of the Guards. Peace of the Earths. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop getting caught up in trying to create new narratives because you think this is what sounds real. I'm going to give you another story. Shout out to Foster kids. You know what I'm saying? Bernie Motrin. Hold on. Because because we've taken things someplace else. We've took things to a level, right? Where we're talking about New York now. I'm just telling you about New York, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hold on 1 second. Whoop, whoop. Uh-oh. Here it goes. Now, Bernie Motrin, I met Bernie Motrin in Albany because there was a situation going on with Bernie High. Yeah, B High from Foster. And Turtle handled it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Turtle. He went to jail, if I can say this. Turtle handled the situation. You know what I'm saying? But he came up to handle a situation for Fritz and them. You know what I'm saying? They sent him out. He came up from jail. They sent him out of town. And alleged that Fritz sent them to make sure things was going okay with the peoples. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bernie Motrin. I happened to be locked up. He was locked up. Shout out to my man Redbone. May he rest in peace from Albany. You know what I'm saying? Redbone Tarver, the Duggar brother. We was all locked up in reception together. And that's how I actually met him, because we all met in the reception in the C building. This had to be like 1992. Oh God, 92 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bernie Motrin, though. Free him. He's always been a gangster. You know what I'm saying? But days before, this is 2012, days before the trial that had been expected to last 3 months, 8 members of the large PCP drug ring that operated in Harlem pleaded guilty on Thursday, evening charges that will send them to prison for decades. Now, mind you, in 2006, I remember when Bernie first came home. And I seen him in front of that. You know what Foster's on the 15th and Bang Bang, right? That one building, that tall building, because my man's living in the building. Sean, you know Sean Moe, Dita brothers and all them. He's living in the building. So I have to go check Sean Moe out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Sean Moe. Shout out to Tab, FTW, rest in peace, Dirty Darnell. Shout out to my cousin Ty and all that. You know what I'm saying? The whole FTW family. You know what I mean? But he was in that building. You know what I'm saying? He definitely showed. See, we're talking the harm y'all don't know about. You know what I'm saying? The harm that y'all allowing dudes that really wasn't mixy, they can't speak upon. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. You already know the names. You already know the, okay, yeah, from Madison, the yellow building. To be precise, the yellow building. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? He had a sister. You know what I'm saying? But we're going back to Bernie, because I remember we went to go check him, and I seen him out there. Because 2 Guns, that's when 2 Guns is out there. You know 2 Guns, 2 G's. I seen him out there too. He was out there. I said he was on his super. That's when I think he was on his Mad Stone thing. I don't know what he was doing, but he was Mad Stone. Yeah, man, bro was popping. Deputy Steve Storm's in the building. East Harlem's in the building. You know what I'm saying? Days before the start of the trial, this is 2012, expected to last 3 months, 3 whole months. 8 members of a large PCP drug ring that operated in Harlem pleaded guilty on Thursday evening to charges that will send some of them to prison for decades. In January, the authorities arrested 35 members of the ring at the Millbank 40 Public Housing Complex. Now, me personally, I never knew what Millbank was. I just knew that on 5th Avenue, going towards by Morris Park, you had these buildings that was tall buildings. They was like brownish, and you had these closed supermarkets that was on 5th Avenue side. I never been inside Fairbank, but I guess it was like public housing. I never knew that because all the other buildings on the side blocks, like 17th, 18th, 19th, and 5th Avenue going towards Park was abandoned buildings and abandoned lots. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So on that block going towards my Morris Park, on 16th Street going towards, I think, 121st or something like that, those are like, you had a bar on the corner across the street from Morris Park, which I call Marcus Garvey Park, used to be called Morris Park. That's where, for those that don't know, that's the scene that park is the scene where Kumo D did his scene for Self-Destruction Act. When he's on, that's my Morris Park. That was my Morris Park back then. Back then, when you lived on the backside, you had the condos where the jazz players used to live at. Going towards, when you make that turn, you're going into the block that's known as going to the west side. In that corner, it's Rice High School. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all, for those that don't know about what I'm saying about New York City, so you'll get a graphic of what I'm talking about. So now, Doreen used an 8-year-old boy as a lookout. You know what I'm saying? One of the gang's customers burned himself in the apartment to death hallway while getting high. They're playing with the water game. For y'all understand what PCP is, they're playing with the water. The angel dust game, the leak. You know what I'm saying? The case was a result of a long-term joint investigation by the Manhattan District Attorney Office and the police department. The two men who prosecutors described as the ringleaders was Bernard Moultrie and Lamont Moultrie, 42 brothers, pleaded guilty under New York State's drug kingpin law. That's that new law, that criminal enterprise thing. They scratched out the Rockefeller law, which actually the Rockefeller laws was not written for us. It was written to take on the mafia. We just got caught up in the game. So now these laws are specifically for us, technically. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? These are for y'all. So what they did was they let a bunch of B felons out that had 24 to life, a bunch of C felons, and a bunch of A felons, and you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna start all over again. So now y'all can't say Jim Crow. This laws are specifically for y'all guys. You know what I'm saying? Not just us, but those that want to go in those rankings of being into a criminal enterprise. So yeah, so what happens? They get kingpin status. But the little homie Jigga Blood, they called him a kingpin, and he got 106 years in Albany, New York, and a bunch of other good homies got 1,000,000 years playing with this new law. Nobody's just, they put you kingpin status, and dudes don't want to take that 10 to life or that 10 to 20, so they go all the way and get it all. They get convicted of so many counts that you get a lot of time. They wasn't that stupid though. All but one of those have pleaded guilty in recent weeks because of anticipated length of trial of the Moultrie and 6 other defendants. 4,000 potential jurors have been scheduled to appear at the Supreme Court on Monday. Residents of the housing project at 117th Street in Madison Avenue. It was serving as a drug market. They may have since cleaned up the courtyard and held a party there over the summer. You know what I'm saying? Dangerous game, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of times, man, like I said, we're going to talk about the hood and congratulate those in the hood. Let's congratulate those that never cooperated. These guys are from East Harlem, West Harlem. Our age is 41, 42. Imagine 40 years old taking 20 years. That's a life sentence, bro. You're going to do, basically, you may not live, come out of the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? We got to be, now, this is what's smart, right? See, when they said we wasn't smart enough to buy a bunch of property, there was a bunch of blacks buying property when them buildings was $1. It's just that they got their stuff together and they didn't brag about it because there wasn't a social media to do it. Now check this out. The wife of Harlem Drug King tried to bank a nearly $500,000 profit by selling their apartment. She actually really did for like $500,000, which she sold from the city for just $250. When they was giving buildings away for $1, $2, or $100, she bought an apartment across the street from Century Park. If y'all been across the street from Century Park, it's about where, remember the work release the work release place was at? On that stretch, you had a bunch of buildings there. Some of them are co-ops. You know what I'm saying? She lucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, she lived in that area, you know what I'm saying? But, so what she did was in that area, by Century Park and all that shit, by 111, 112, 113, 114, 15th Street, she lucked up and turned the $250 profit into $500,000, you know what I'm saying? She sold it last year, she sold it for $430,000. I had the wrong location though. She was actually on 101 West 115th Street. You know what I'm saying? And that's the building that she actually lived in. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't on 111th Street, on 10th for me. Look how much money she made off of that, man. She paid $250 and made a super duper profit. But we don't talk about that. We talk about we're glorifying New York rats. There's a bunch of dudes that stood up. Don't use us as your narratives, man. Don't do that, man. It's because now it's like, it's coming a new thing now. Like people, because I understand that New York is like the #1 market or the #2 market in the media, so it's fun when you come at us. But everybody, like, we wasn't allowing that. And if y'all want to make jokes about us allowing rats to run around, then let's talk about how there was a guy who was accused of telling in the LA district, right? Or the Crenshaw district, wherever he was from, and he was able to make it to Nipsey Hussle's store without no issues, no problems. So that right there says that we're not the only ones that's, you know, letting the guys that tell and cooperate run around. How was son able to get to Nipsey even after Nipsey told him don't come back around here because I heard you a rat? So let's not pick. So let's stop that. Let's stop doing the New York thing because then it gets disrespectful now. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you're bugging. You're wilding. Yo, this, that. Yo, son, you crossing the line. How we crossing the line, bro? So why don't y'all stop him? You want to get to the bag, get to the bag. Don't do that to us, bro, because he couldn't do that when the names I'm saying that was outside. There was no way he was going to hop out and post up on the corner. Nobody was scared of him. There's a bunch of dudes that had 10, 20 bodies. Now, do you know, dudes ain't so paranoid now because telling has become a seasonal thing. But when I was growing up, dudes was paranoid. If they thought you was telling, you was off the map. You know how many dudes have cases where they assumed somebody was telling and they smoked them? You know what I'm saying? Yep. These dudes should be knowing they was advertising them joints. You know what I'm saying? Them city buildings. Because the city had, it was, you know what I'm saying? Dudes was paranoid. How many dudes got smoked for alleged talking to yellow cabs in the late night? You know what I'm saying? You couldn't talk to the yellow, when the police had the yellow cabs that they could ride through. If somebody seen you talking to the yellow cabs and you made it back to the block, yo, son, what was you talking to the police for? You might get snuffed, bing, bing, you know what I'm saying? That's how real the cloth was. The cloth, you know what I'm saying? Dudes is, because we wasn't used to the investigations. When they took down the Purple City crew, when they took down Boy George. All this was happening back to back. Bam, bam, Brian Ad Boys, boom. These dudes over here, Queen Team, boom. This was new. That behavior was new to us. Shout out to my man 5 Footer, man. He's definitely doing this thing. We're doing it with the plug. You know, Old New York. He did a video in East River Projects, you know what I'm saying? And his Jets with Angelo, you know what I'm saying? They're doing it for the kids. It's dope, man. It's dope. It's good for the culture. Shout out to what you jacking in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I truly believe, man, that we getting, it's going too far sometimes, bro. This thing is going too far, man. And I'm telling you, to be honest with you, we thought somebody was telling. I remember when dudes caught a case, and dudes would be like, yo, you got to come back with that paper, you know what I'm saying? About your court date. Like, you just couldn't say, yo, I got locked up. Where was you at for 3 days? Yo, I was in the pen. Where the court paper at? You know what I'm saying? And if dudes thought your paper was suspect, dudes won't deal with you. That's how it went. Nah, ain't much with son. And it was son. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it went. That's how it went. That's how it went. Yo, gotta get it packed. Nah. Nigga just tell you no. Nah, I'm good. Dudes will tell you, nah, I'm good. That's how it went. It wasn't no on the side. There wasn't no, cause you will, you pop. What? If dudes thought you was telling, they didn't even need paperwork back then. If dudes thought you was telling, if you got hopped out of the police and the police jumped on the corner 5 minutes later, dudes seen you with the police first, you gotta wait, we got booked, dudes already put in their head, get him. You know what I'm saying? Get him. Get the dog ready. We're gonna get him and he's out of here. There wasn't no conversation of what dudes thought because we was too paranoid. There was no chances. You know what I'm saying? I can't pick and choose. Such behavior got you punched in the face. That's what most of the times dudes thought dudes was telling. It's sus behavior. Yo, why son keep doing this? Why son keep doing that? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with this guy, man? I didn't see dudes shut down blocks when they seen certain dudes come around now. We ain't get no money there, son. I don't know. He came out of town. I don't know what he got caught up in. He out here asking for work. Who out here? You know what I'm saying? The streets talk. Yo, son, why son keep trying to holler at me for? We been not doing business, and that's real. A guy that was getting money allegedly, Another guy came through like, yo, I want to get such and such. I got this much amount of money. So Zeke, he said, I don't care how much money he got. He could have $1 million cash. I don't got nothing. I said, huh? He said, Zeke, since when he been copping like that? So you telling me he goes to the moon and come back and now he ready to buy 20 bricks? You know, not saying 20 bricks, but allegedly something big. Not that big, but you know, when you a pack guy and you're used to you buying 8 balls, you don't come around to my let me get 300 grams out of nowhere. That's not you. You know what I'm saying? That's not you. We gotta see you amass this in front of us. You come back out of town with a new face. Yo, that's my man right there. We want to get 2 of those things. We want to get 2 8s. Man, not doing that. Let's talk sports. Yo, how the Yankees is doing? Yo, it's dead out here, bro. My man has shut the block. Leslie, my man will shut the block down. Yo, let's go uptown. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, because I know foot, that's what when the rats away, bro. Nobody outside, you gotta go. Oh man, there's nothing out here. Dudes is acting funny, Zeke. I don't know. I'm going over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to the next game. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you the realest shit I seen, right? '05, right? Now I didn't know because I'm out of town. I come back, I'm in the projects, but dudes just telling me about some guy with dreads that was bad. He was because that's when a lot of dudes with the ACG boots and all that. They said, "Yo, there's a group of cops that look like us, Zeke, and they be copping weed and they be buying drugs, and dudes be thinking that they hip. These dudes is cops." So I'm like, you bugging. So you know TNT is TNT. Nah, Zeke, they're not sending the white boys in no more. They sending dudes like us, and dudes is wearing the fitted hats. They wearing the throwback jerseys, the ACG boots, the tight Levi's, and the back then the Ed Hardy joints. So I'm chilling in the projects one day. I see a group of dudes walk up. So this one guy, he had the dreads. He was like, yo, you guys got weed out here? You know somebody got some weed? I'm like, you know me now. You know what I'm saying? Yo, how the hell he went towards the back of the projects? See, I'm gonna answer this, Hard Rock. I'm gonna answer that because he went at a couple of people, but then you don't mention Alpo running around the streets because Alpo running around the streets ain't got nothing to do with the dudes you're arguing with. These guys are entertainers. You know what I'm saying? You don't sit and you give Alpo a place of being real. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're disrespecting the cloth that had nothing to do with your internet beef. You understand, Hard Rock? Like Alpo running around New York should not really be a conversation. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't even be a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure where you're from, you will find it be disrespectful if I sat there and said, I'm arguing with you, but how about such and such you told on your whole family? He running around town chilling, eating big steaks. You like, damn, see, what I had to do with that? You know what I'm saying? Be specific, bro. You want to just them on the entertainment level. You know what I'm saying? Don't. That's what I liked about 50 Cent. He came out Ja Rule for Ja Rule and his little crew. He didn't include the outsiders. He didn't include boom. He went straight for Ja and Herb Dome and anything else behind that circle. So now look, that's why nobody's really tight at him. Like, nah, you ain't really just the north side. You know what I'm saying? You just them from the house. You know what I'm saying? Because you're being specific in your argument, bro. Because it's painful. You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes painful. And I understand where you're coming from, but when you start mentioning 6ix9ine's an entertainer, like Jim Jones is an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? Jim Jones will fire you on with the game coach, you come at him for that. But don't start mixing up, yo, but dudes won't do nothing to such and such, and he's running around like he's safe. He's not running around like he's safe, bro. He's really not. Those dudes that he take pictures with are nobodies on the east side. They're nothing. They never did nothing to hold ground. When the killers was outside, these guys was taking packs. They was being told what to do. They didn't exist. They didn't exist in the words of when it came down to stand up for East River, these dudes had to go to other blocks to get money. They couldn't get money in their own projects, bro. It was always, my man was getting money, but was getting money with the Puerto Ricans. Even when Charlie Moe was in his prime, he was doing demolition with the Puerto Ricans on 102nd Street and 3rd Avenue. You understand what I'm saying? But you don't know that. If you don't know who Charlie Moe is, that's Charlie C. Pops. No disrespect, but all respect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I love dudes. You know what I'm saying? I love dudes, Hard Rock. You know, Because we come with cloth that's full of love and no hate. But when you start coming at the cloth, it tears me apart, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Because I just told you about Papo. Papo from Alpo's neighborhood. He's from there. Why we don't talk about Papo? So Papo should have snitched. He'll be an icon. How about Richie Cotto? He should have ratted. That was getting money in Metro. These guys should have told them. Malik should have told. Because we're dishonoring them by going at, yo, because dude couldn't do that when these dudes was in the street. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't popping nobody blocking dudes know you told. Dudes get quiet. Yo, why you over here for? Get him out of here. Sometimes you have to kill a rat, just beat him in the head with a bat. Chase him, you know what I'm saying? Most dudes don't show face no more. They come back 10 years later when they think it's safe. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on now. Dudes come back 10 years later, they think it's safe. Everybody gone, everybody dead, man. It ain't right though, bro. It hurts the cloth, man. So let's talk about the West Coast. Let's start glorifying when he says, when you go out of talk about hip hop and when you talk about the streets, we got nothing to do with Robert Yono. No disrespect to them, but seriously, like, I don't care to take a picture with him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got a family on 2nd Street and 2nd Ave. Yep. I think you work with him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's my family. You know what I'm saying? Either right on the nose, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right there by Union Sentiment. Yeah, I got peoples over there. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk about that, but my coach is from Union Sentiment. You know what I'm saying? I got family. I just spoke to me the other day, too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Sonny and all that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Terrence. I forgot his last name every time, but Terrence from Art and Design. But Money Ray 115, we wasn't doing that back in the days, Money Ray. I don't care how much money you got. If you told it came back to those corners, it was a different vibration. You understand what I'm saying? There was never a famous rap that came home from the dope era that ever stood amongst us, bro. There was never Money Ray. You know I'm not lying, Bendito. If I am, I never seen it on my blog. I never seen it in Spanish Harlem. That's when Puerto Ricans want to keep the secret. I never seen a guy telling nobody and come back to the same block after he ratted on dudes and get accolades. That never happened. You know what I'm saying? There's no paper worth it. I told you, my man, somebody came to buy something heavy from one time, allegedly, and he said, no, nah, son, I don't know what son into, man. He's staying in and out of jail. I ain't doing that. And I told son. And I said, yo, why you acting like that? You grew up with us. He said, see, you said he grew up with us. All your life, what he's been doing, see? Taking packs. Okay. So now he goes out of town and he comes back with this rich plan. But he's coming out of town. He coming back in town with dudes from out of town. I don't know who see, you know what's wrong with you? The brains is noodles? Since when he's been talking real money? See, he's a good pack guy. I give him 30 packs to give him my money, we clear, allegedly. I'm like, damn, you right. Now he go out of town, come back 2 months later, he talk about getting something. What? Who? Nah, now you won't send me to the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We allow greed. All money ain't good money. That's how they said, damn. So he said, see. Now back to the guy with the dreads. So now I'm on the corner of my block on 99. So my man said, yo, that's the cop they talking about. I'm like, what are you talking about? Nah, son, has got these dudes corporate Far Rockaway. He's in Fort Queen Projects. What he do is he come through to buy weed, then he come back again to buy weed, and then he start asking questions about getting work. But he like to buy work in bulk. So I'm like, get out of here in the newspaper. So they had to think, so I didn't think, I'm just listening to, you know, yo, son, why when I turned around, and you had been on my block before 99, there's a walkway. With that walkway, I see son come down, and it's like, yo, they had the badges. Like, they had these badges, bro. And I was like, yo, that was Roscoe. And that's why I said the game is over. They're specifically hiring cops with these laws they're changing that look like us now. It's no more sending a crackhead to do TNT. It's no more of that. It's no more. Now they sending the dude that got a fit on, and their gate opener is weed. Yo, boo. Then you get cool because you think he's cool. He pulling up with the big car. You know, he think he got some money, and then he start talking about, yo, I've been going out of town. Let me get 1,000 packs. That's how they really caught the BM. Yo, that blue top mafia shit. They got caught sort of like that where dudes, police was coming to buy packs. You know what I'm saying? Let me get 30 packs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's you know, let me get 30 packs. Let me get 40 packs. This is what dudes is doing, man. You understand what I'm saying? At some point in time, like, you sit back and you mac, and it's not about, it's about, because what's happening is, let's praise our kings like the Popos and the Guy Fishers and the Tito Johnsons and the guys who never told, man. If you want to talk about New York, let's talk about the individuals who got caught up, who never told, who did something productive. We keep going backwards. We keep going backwards. Since when do somebody who's claimed to be the voice of New York has the access to call a rat and then go, yo, boom, I'm the voice of New York, though? Is that what you're doing in Queens? Is that what you're doing in Queens? Y'all look at it like, well, since I wasn't in the street, it's okay for me to be a rat? Is that what you're doing in Queens, though? Is that what's popping in Queens? Let me know. Is this what goes on in Queens? I never knew that Supreme and them was allowing that going on. Is that what was going on the South Side? Y'all was, yo, he's telling, we don't care, as long as he's real? That's not cool, man. That's not, none of that is cool, man. None of that is cool. None of that is cool. You know what I'm saying? None of that is cool. It shouldn't be taken as being cool, man. So this is where people forge these fake friendships and they use their media outlets as a way to give people false pride and false props. So then they get these other guys that jump out the window like, nah, but he looked out for me. No, he didn't. He just used you as a pawn on his chess table. Because let me tell you something, man. If I think about it, if I went to the spot where my man is at and said, yo, son who told on such, I'm not even talking about son from First Ave, but son who told on such and such allegedly, that's my man, I'll die for him. Do you think that I can come back there and go, let me get 100 Grizzlies? You know what I'm saying? Yo, Zeke bug, he a bug out. Fuck with that nigga again, that nigga crazy. I'm not in the streets no more, so the rules don't apply. So basically what you're saying is you applaud the guy who set you up. You okay with the guy who sent you to jail for 4 months, the individual sent you to jail for 5 years. You're okay with that. He's a civilian. He's a real one. He's more real than you, Zeke, because he sent you to jail. You spent the yard for 5 summers. So basically you deserve to go to jail. Even though he was breaking the law, doing the things that he was doing that have to tell on you, but you're the sucker. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? And he's real. Is that what? Exactly. And that just goes on for the workforce. How many of us got jobs that all the people that, your job is the worst. Dudes is ratting on everything on your job to grow. You think the streets is dirty? Look at the workforce. So you gotta move more militant on your job than the block. You know what I'm saying? You say the wrong thing or steal the wrong thing and somebody see it, you out of here. You go ahead and leave it in cups. Somebody you eat lunch with every day or drop a slip on you. Yo, listen, such and such. You know what I'm saying? It's a dirty game. You already know how I'm done. It's a dirty game, man. But Frito later day goes to Wack, man. Because Wack, stick to the entertainers you argue with. Don't start putting street shit and taking away from street shit because it's not right, bro. And we're not gonna sit and stand for it, man. You know what I'm saying? This is real, man. Yo, this is real, man. I was in the D when the D was crazy. I was in Wash. I was in the D, man. I was out there before the Hill Hole was popping. You on the summer screen stage, man. That was Wack. Because you stick to the entertainers. Don't start coming at things. You jumped out the window. You watch so many DVDs. You listen to the wrong ears. Come on, man. Let's ask K Slade. Why don't you hit the KC DM and go, why don't you make a video, a show about Papa with them? And Coco, the dudes from your hood who never told, we got a handful of time. Why don't you do a show dedicated to them? How about some of the Raw Deal Crew brothers who never went to jail, who never told? How about make a video about them? How about some of those funny blacks from First Avenue? Make a video about, make a show about, dedicate that to the ones in your hood who never told. That you're trying to create a narrative that they were real because they didn't catch bodies, allegedly, and get caught and have a chance to tell on nobody. Forget that, you know what I'm saying? The cloth is different, man. Respect is different, man. We understand the last 10 years. Exactly, sounds of Harlem. Because you're putting us in the story. Now we gotta have 50 Cent clean the story up. Him making King 3 is cleaning the story up. He's showing y'all New York. This is what New York was like. Low lives. Nobody talks about the low lives, but Booty Low and my man the Wolves, WTS, Wolves, Uncle, what do you call him? Uncle, you know what I'm saying? That Uncle, what's his name? Uncle, what's his name? Uncle, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from the Lower East Side. Low life culture, Booty Low. Shout out to the low life. They was a part of our culture. Nobody talks about that, but him, really, Booty Low, a couple of low lives, but 50 Cent did that. In that King 3. How many of y'all even talk about them? Rest in peace, Boosting Cap. I knew some of his family members, some of the Plainers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man D. Plainer from Kingsborough and all that. You know what I'm saying? These dudes is boosting for real. You think that they was selling shit? They started selling boats and all that. That low life shit is for real. They took that low life shit East Coast to the West Coast. You got low lives in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? Pennsylvania, you had them in Connecticut, you had them. They're the reason now why the malls got them tags on clothes. Low lives. They started going to Minnesota, killing them with the boozy shit. Coming back with the exclusive low, killing them. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But you should know right from wrong. If I'm breaking the law with you, me and you on the corner together, you know, Craig Jones, because there's always these weird excuses, right? Craig Jones, you're so right. Right? That's a crazy excuse, right? You tell me, out of all the years you broke the law, you never thought that there was a time you might go to jail. You know what I'm saying? That somebody's going to tell on you, because the only way you're going to go to jail is the police catch you, right? 9 out of 10, unless you do some deliberate dumb stuff where police see you physically break the law, somebody has to inform on you. So how are you going to tell me you know about telling and what not to do when you get caught? You can't do the crime and not want to do the time. It's just like a guy that I was up north with, right? I didn't understand. You got 50 years. Somebody want to fight you in the yard. You ready to pop? You ready to sign the PC? You got 50 years. Why do you care? You ain't going nowhere no time soon. Dudes are scared of that reality, man. Y'all keep giving jail these praises. I never under your Money Ray. That was crazy. Money Ray. I witnessed a dude have 50 joints. Somebody went to fight him in the yard. He said, nah, son, I ain't going out there. I'm going to the box. What? He gonna cut me. You got 50 to life. You know what I'm saying? You got 50 to life. I ain't talking to you no more, bro. I got point 4. I got to be on point in this 5.2. You got 50. You ain't going in. You're not going nowhere no time soon unless you get in the pill. What are you scared of? You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Dudes be comfortable, man. Since when in the streets you ever been comfortable? This is new thing, comfortability. Exactly, bro. Comfortability. We never get comfortable in the streets. Anything can happen. That's why the dudes is getting their heads knocked off. Because they too comfortable now. Dudes done got lazy and they sit in their cars for 20 minutes and allow the ops to walk up on them. Yo, rest in peace to whoever died downtown Queens. I seen a video on the news that was crazy, man. That was crazy. That was crazy. He's sitting in his car and Duke was on the phone and just walked over there, hit him up and walked to go get it. Wherever he was walking, he didn't even run. He hit him twice, hit him whatever time he hit him, and just kept walking to the garage, man. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This is how comfortable the game got. The killers don't even run no more. They just shoot you, get back on the phone. Yeah, son, like I told you before. That's the third time I've seen that. I seen the kid on the bike, old boy was on the phone, dude, what up on him, son, smoking. Rest in peace to him. Remember the girl? Wasn't straight in her car, jumped up the car, on her phone, walked right to her, hit in the head. Boom. Yo, this is insane, man. I'm sitting nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. This is crazy, bro. Yesterday I'm bugging out. Nah, son, I'm on point, man. So Wack, we got too much going on, Wack. It's a dirty game, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a dirty world, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's foul because who would thought a guy that's 50 years old that be going through this? Like, why? Hold on a second. Who's this? Yeah. Who is this? Yeah.
Yo, peace was good, beloved.
It's popping.
Ain't shit slow motion, man. I gotta shout you out. Look, I'm looking at your live right now.
Yeah.
You pushing the culture for. I need you to get me on your phone. I got a lot to talk about, beloved.
I got you, man. Say speak your mind, good brother. Because we gotta talk, man. The world, the people gotta talk to the people.
Listen, hold on. Listen, I got one thing to say, bro. Your topics be real. You hear me?
Yeah.
But that nigga Wack 100, he's trying to start an East Coast, West Coast, man. What you that subtype you put up there, that's exactly what he's doing, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Niggas gotta read the in between the lines, my nigga.
They got you, bro. They got you. Know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. Back?
Yeah, we back.
We back. Because your volume went crazy.
I want to get my feedback is on that, bro. Is that we know and understand what the homies stand for out east, and we know what they stand out in the west. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to not just blood but crip.
Good, yeah.
Why is you going out your way to interview somebody that took a bunch of black brothers down? I don't understand that, bro.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You hear your voice, right?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, son, because it's crazy because it's like you interviewing him and he's being very disrespectful. You understand you got beef with these rappers, which is crazy. But you're interviewing them for the wrong reasons and he's coming after our cloth. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I'm glad you pointed that out, bro, because when I look outside, I gotta call beloved, bro. Like, nah, bro. That nigga, what you posted, he's trying to start a war, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And he gonna catch that everybody that's listening to Zeke Black, me and him go back like cook food on Sunday.
Yeah.
It really count. More or less, that nigga it's not about New York, it's the whole East Coast. You gotta remember, the whole East Coast is under UBN, my nigga.
Bingo, he knows that.
You feel it's not one city, one state. It's the whole East Coast. So what he's doing infiltrating moves, my nigga. But there's a scripture that my grandmother told me as a child. What profit a man to gain the whole world, lose his soul? He don't give a fuck. He'll lose his soul just to prove a point.
And say anything, bro. And say, I want to ask you, you know, and I'm happy that you called. Because I don't think they really understand the idols. See, we was outside in 9192 on First Ave and the rest. You know what I'm saying? We was out there and we knew dudes ain't being honest about First Ave. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Like,
can I talk about First Ave?
Yes, give them First Ave. Because a young boy was getting more money than half these old dudes. But let's get there. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I don't want to do too much name dropping.
Yeah, let's keep it to the corner.
I'm going to name the legends. I'm going to name one nigga alone how I wound up out there. I went to Alfred E. Smith. I wound up going out there fucking with Wilson and East River do the nigga Spanish Ed. Rest his soul, Jari. Them two niggas, the one that got me out there, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my son DJ, God bless
That's
his
DJ.
soul.
They don't talk about him.
My soul, Sticky Fingers. You know who I'm talking about from Wack, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like niggas was getting $1,500, $2,000 off a pack. That's how much money was going up and down First Ave. Meaning and talking weight, my nigga. 2 for 5 times my heart. Was they around for that?
Nah. You know what I'm saying? We talk about when Smooth B was running up in Franklin Plaza. That's what, know what I'm saying? Shout out to rapper Smooth B when he was coming through. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, my nigga.
Club 105 and all.
Niggas on 12th Street on the west side, my nigga.
It's crazy. That's the see what we're talking. See the conversation we're giving you. We're not rappers. We're giving you what these dudes don't miss out in their little storytelling because they may not have been around for all this or been outside. This is when these names that y'all seem to is crazy. There was a respectful. There was no way I could have told on somebody on First Ave, Second Avenue, and pull up. Okay, I don't care how tough I was, and stay on that corner. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What?
That's a fact.
He's back. Get him out of here. You know what I'm saying?
You got a nigga out here talking about, first of all, New York City shit, Jack Blood. I'm gonna break it down, man. That blood shit didn't come the way y'all thought it was supposed to be. That shit was only to fight oppression.
Oppression in jail. That's all it was.
All it was. But you know, anything when grandma said give a nigga an inch, he gonna take a yard. That's why it went out of control.
Out of control. That's exactly what happened. It was meant for a cause and it just went elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like how it started in the motherland. Same shit.
Right. Neighborhood, social clubs, high schools, boom.
The Crips and the Blood is only descendants from the Black Panthers from Oakland. What's the beloved name that they killed them?
Hugh P. Newton?
Yeah, come on, man. These niggas is getting this shit all confused, my nigga.
It's because and I think because that's why I have to for the cloth because it's like wait a minute, hold on. Because when we start being disrespectful, they get mad. Like I said, when we seen Colors, there wasn't a gang culture in New York. You know what I'm saying? We thought y'all was crazy.
It was projects.
Yeah. It was crew.
That's what it was in New York.
Brooklyn was always dangerous, like the Bronx. Niggas knew when you passed Brook Ave, you had to know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
And listen, I'm from the Bronx, man. I'm from Gun Hill, White Plains Road. I want you to get a segment so I could talk about what's the real controversy about. You familiar with it because you've been up there, heard a lot of your podcasts. You talk about Co-op City.
Yeah, Co-op.
I'm gonna give you
in the valley.
The definition of what the war was going on up there, uptown in the Bronx.
That was the real war.
What they call the Yankees, but Black Americans against the Jamaicans, and that shit went on for at least 20 years straight.
Yeah.
You know the original shower posse from uptown, my nigga.
Oh, what?
In Bronx Boulevard, my nigga.
Wow, that's the original one, the original set. Crazy.
Come on, man. I got these niggas on speed dial. I'm the little nigga that was fighting all them niggas calling me a Yankee. Nigga, I ain't never ride no fucking horse.
Hell yeah, bro. You brought it back. And I remember when I was growing up, the closest I got to that was if I went to what's some Evansville projects? By like over there was mad West Indians on that side. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, yo, what's this shower posse shit? That's what the shower posse. We had the Springlers uptown, but that shower posse shit was like a name.
Come on, you know them niggas are notorious. Them niggas ran through every city that we ran through going out of state hustling.
Yeah.
He was right there with us.
Yeah, son. Definitely out of town, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, bro, you gotta get a segment. Me and you, we gotta really down the territorial grounds of New York, my nigga.
Because they listen to these rappers.
Confused, my nigga.
Because I think what's happening is they listen to these rappers and they listen to their narratives of, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these narratives ain't correct. They're not that they're not false. It's just these dudes as rappers. They're looking at it from an entertainer's point of view. They're not looking at it from the block. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They're not looking at it from, yo, you couldn't be a funny style guy dancing around the corner all day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That was like, it was too, none of that. You could do that being a rapper. Yeah, my man, he rapping that. You know what I'm saying? And it's,
I want to speak back then on the rappers. It's not that niggas ain't want to be rappers when they was in the streets. Niggas ain't have time to write down on a piece of paper their storyline. And two, niggas know you have to tell the truth. So nobody wants to get caught up telling on themselves or telling on their homeboy.
On their homeboy. You have to tell a real...
you got to tell a real story, my nigga.
That's a
You're going to get niggas 1,000 years. If you tell the truth.
You tell the
so
truth.
That's what niggas ran away from. I'm going to be honest. It's niggas like The Lox.
Yeah.
It's niggas like Jay-Z. But really after Pac and Big, where niggas felt like, because you remember they storylines, no matter what, niggas don't agree with their gangsterism. They was the start gangsterism of the niggas like us and niggas after us.
Yeah, facts. That's a fact.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas look at, Cool G rap and all. No, Biggs and Pac, because every nigga part of both of them niggas' entourage, we done rub elbows with in the penitentiary, in the streets, out of town, or whatever.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like, I never knew.
Just look at the niggas who's running the culture right now.
Old block niggas.
You think they was? They was entourage before they became the face.
Face, wow. There's a bunch of them dudes that used, like, I never knew Big Sketch used to be in Albany with us, but they like Zeke used to be on the boulevard. They like Sketch, son who
niggas that was in Pennsylvania getting money when niggas was, come on, man, when niggas was going out there in New York, you had the G packs, a $500 pack. You go out of town with that on a Peter Pan for $19.99. You making not only the nigga you working for more money, but you buying yourself an extra pair of Timbs for free.
Killing them, exactly.
Niggas forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know, niggas was running off with packs in the 90s. Niggas like, fuck that nigga. Okay. Running off with all this shit.
Finding themselves in North Carolina with somebody else's cheap pack.
Niggas became multi millionaires, my nigga.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my man did that.
Talk them out. It was no weight.
Hell yeah. It was, yo, that was the game, dudes. And that's what I'm saying.
Atlanta right now, my nigga.
Yes,
these
it's dirty.
Niggas be like screaming Migos, nigga. We was screaming Poppy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm from New York. We scream Poppy got it. These niggas is screaming Amigos. Mexicans never ran nothing in New York besides sell oranges and flowers on the highway.
Yeah. Yeah, son. It was Jose, Poppy, them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
It was Poppy up on Dykeman or up the hill, my nigga.
Up the hill. We talk about when they had the hydro and all that, and the bottles and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Joe, my nigga.
To Joe.
Listen, I'm about to bring it back, nigga. I remember this, and you can relate more than this because you from Spanish Harlem.
Yeah.
You grew up with blacks, Jamaicans,
Puerto Ricans.
Hispanics, and I'm not just saying Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Colombians.
Yeah.
You already know how this shit went up there. You might be getting some work from somebody's grandmother. And they didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even know it. That's a fact. Grandma Love been the plug for years. You know what I'm saying? Her husband was the plug.
Out here lying, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I hate these niggas with this compulsive lying shit.
Yeah, the remixes. Like, yo, bro, you remember, those were the days. You go see somebody's uncle and they uncle, like you said, grandma be the plug in real life. Like, she's getting the bag straight from Puerto Rico.
Come on, my nigga. These niggas, listen, grandma's the fucking plug, my nigga.
Grandma. Like, a lot of niggas ain't know Blondie, allegedly Blondie, that, you know, shorty from uptown, she used to plug in Faucet at one point in time without water.
Man.
I remember she was hitting dudes, you know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of storyline we gotta talk about.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
I got another story. Like niggas forgot this one story, they storyline when niggas is screaming a borough. You screamed the borough when you was the nigga that put work in for that borough.
Yeah, your resume came with that. I'm just from there. You know what I'm saying? You put work in. So that's real what you said, because
God Fisher, where God Fisher from? Where Kevin Childs
yeah,
from?
so
the Bronx, but they put work in for Harlem.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Hell
These
yeah.
niggas is out here splurting out the wrong storyline. Like,
Money Ray,
niggas don't
salute,
respect.
salute. Flags.
You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? Niggas don't respect niggas like Jeezy. He's screaming Atlanta, but yeah, he from Macon, but he put work in for the city of Atlanta. You gotta respect that nigga, bro.
Yeah. Hell
He
yeah.
might have started bubbling and making, but when it came to Atlanta, that's where it counted for him. Guy Fisher, when he went to Harlem, him and Kevin Childs from Bridge, it made a storyline for them in Harlem.
In Harlem, bro. And that's why these names that these people are hearing are probably foreign to them because they like that's Kevin Childs and them like because a lot of times you hear that out of towners glorifying our greatest rats and these weird creations that goes around these stories like oh yo wildin' man you know what I'm saying like yo you want to get your bag. Don't, but keep in mind, like, if we over here sat down with one of your greatest rats, y'all be mad over there. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? And he talk about all your big homies that he sent to jail laughing and joking and calling them busters and bozos. You know what I'm saying? That's whack, bro. We don't do that on our corners.
Listen, I'm about to break the whole shit down with 6 9 right now. Everybody listening to me got 40 people, it probably got more in the chat.
Yeah.
Break the whole shit down with Wack doing. You're dealing with somebody that's not really from LA. When we scream to LA, the first thing we know about LA before LA, because the way we looked at LA growing up was movies, what we saw in the movie.
Yeah,
but
colors. No, see, you're right.
It was through colors, and all we knew about was NWA, it was Compton. Now you talking about a nigga that's from the suburbs, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm about to bring it back. We from a city to where it's just predominantly black and Puerto Ricans. It's not no other nationality holding that weight. After the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, black and Puerto Ricans. This man went out his way to go interview 6 9 because he's from where? The outskirts where all the Mexicans is at. Yeah, not the Mexicans that's in Compton, my nigga.
Yeah.
You gotta be, there's a lot of color line going on with what he's doing, bro. This is what I'm about to break down. Y'all listen to this. Now, what did the homies, the Bloods, what did it start about for?
You're right.
Now, what did it start off, bro?
Oh, talking about with Wack?
No, what did the Bloods in New York City in the penitentiary?
Fight over the cause, fighting over oppression over the Latinos. You know what I'm saying? And the CEOs.
Now look what's going on right now, bro. Pistol Pete got locked up in court, life in prison years ago. Fuck about the internet. Nobody really talk about his story, but he held it down, right?
Yeah.
This is the first time out of niggas that you could probably name. It's other people that's listening that's gonna put in the chat. Niggas they know that got fed indictments, RICO. But this case right here was the biggest case ever when it came to UBN. You're not gonna tell me that they don't have no West Coast Bloods over there that caught up in the same situation.
You got gang injunction.
6 9
Exactly. Facts.
So look what Wack is doing. It's either he's a puppet or the nigga is still a puppet. When I'm saying, you know, a puppet means somebody purposely put him there, or he's there knowing that the people's gonna co-sign the shit that he's doing.
On a larger scale.
It's an agenda behind that.
Yes.
So this nigga never one time. You gotta peep what this nigga's doing. 6 9, he never promotes that he's Puerto Rican. What does he promote?
He's Mexican.
Where's Wack from?
The Valley, where the Mexicans
and
are
there's nothing but what?
Mexicans.
You gotta pay attention to what's going on,
Ooh.
bro. Now listen to the viewers. Y'all pay attention. Y'all listen. I need y'all to pass this information on. Wack is sitting there playing this saying that we know from the pimping and hoeing game, but we know that from people, our families, or us that ever worked on the job, the lighter, the brighter, the darker, the harder.
Yeah.
Y'all get that? The lighter, the brighter, the darker, the harder. Because no matter what, the white supremacy and all that, they still look at 6 9 as a nigga. But not to the people. To the people, he's better than a black man. But we got a black man that's co-signing what he's doing. So by him co-signing what he's doing, he's only feeding off the people. He's doing it for views, you know, cloud chasing. Those are the people, bro.
Yeah, those are the people.
Those are the people. So what he's doing that on that note. But at the same time, he is recycling what my man King Erner would say. He's recycling crime. Because if you really think about it, you get this man, not only did he tell, fuck the telling, but he's still up there co-signing this shit that we trying to tell niggas, young niggas, old people, whatever, ain't worth it. Do you understand where I'm going now?
Yes, yes. Like, yo, be crazy, go crazy, and tell. It's all right.
Yeah, he's recycling crime in his own right. You don't give a fuck if he's a civilian or not. We know he's not a civilian. He knows that. But that is what he's putting out because majority of the people are civilians.
Yeah.
I tell niggas every day, just because you run the streets and do this and that, we are a low percentage. People in poverty are really a low percentage, yo.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about being rich, because you can work. Being rich is something that we more familiar with because we've been poor more in our life than we've been rich.
Yes.
But people that really just live life, they richer than people that got money. But those are the people that they prey on. You get where I'm going now with it?
Yeah, it's
the
a fact.
motherfuckers that get up and go to work 20 years on the job, 25 years, is fucking 100 million of people out here, bro.
That's a fact.
And all these little kids grow up in them households like that. Niggas in the streets ain't got time to co-sign what Wack 100 do, only unless, like King Erner always found, but you talking about gang shit. You see where I'm going at?
Yeah, exactly. Facts.
You ain't checking him as a man.
As a man, checking his gang shit. Gang shit.
Up some gang shit.
Facts. Exactly. Like,
so that's what niggas gotta pay attention to. He's pushing
gang agenda. That gang culture. He talks to the young boys. He's pushing us to the young boys. Be young and dumb and lose your mind. Yeah. As long as you know what I'm saying? I'm supporting that foolishness.
Being a civilian, fuck about justifying what
bro.
right or wrong. Fuck that. That's neither us. We can say what we say, but we're not judging them. You know what I'm saying? We know what it is.
We know what it is, man.
About this agenda that he's pushing.
He's pushing, bro.
That's going to cause so much chaos, and we already dealing with
our own chaos.
We already dealing with trying times. So now, the internet that built bridges for me, you, whoever's on this line, everybody that's interact with East, West, South, North, black people. But guess what he's doing?
He's breaking it.
Here, you pushing it because you got a platform with academics. Bro, he premeditated this.
Yeah, you know he did.
That's what niggas gotta be careful about.
Yes.
Everybody that's online, everybody that's even speaking on it, you gotta be careful. He spoke on it before it happened, and it happened too quick. Just remember that, bro.
Yeah, facts.
It happened too quick, and that's how the devil moves. The devil move like that, but he gonna trick you. God moved the same fucking distance, but the devil gonna get you there and trick you. That's why everybody's been exposing themselves on Clubhouse. You seen it?
Yeah, everybody.
They ain't supposed to be online.
Yeah.
Exposing their whole fucking
and he's just sitting back, and he's sitting back going, this is what I want. Because like you said, he's pushing the agenda of, I want the young kids to be young and dumb and lose your mind. And you know what I'm saying? Forget doing the right thing. Why? Pop, you know what I'm saying? Go kill somebody and, tell your friends, like, that's recycled crime. Because,
that's recycling crime, because why would you want to put him on a platform? Who gives a fuck about after whatever he did? Fuck him. You put him on he's not showing he's still saying he's gangster. He's still doing, bro, hip-hop was marketed to what, brother?
White America. You know what I'm saying? In all reality.
No. To kids, bro.
Yeah.
We was kids. Or me, you.
Growing up.
Our kids. To whoever started it, they was kids.
Yeah.
It's marketed to kids. You got a nigga that looks like a fucking kid. You know, colors. Now we go into science right now. Y'all pay attention to this. So we about to go to science because he know what I'm saying. Because we've been in prison together and all that. When you go in prison, what's the color that you only see?
Green. Blue and gray, green.
I'm talking about on the walls and all of that.
That's true.
Prison, I ain't talking county jails and Rikers Island. I'm talking about the prison.
Yeah, like beige, you right. You know what I'm saying? It's always
gray.
Gray, yep, like some weird beige gray, yep.
You know, everything is gray. The cells is gray,
yeah.
all that at the door. You know what that means? The silver line between black and white.
You're right.
So when they pushing him with the colorful acts, that's a mind frame. When you study psychology, that means it thinks that you're free.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But what you doing, them colors that you see on him, the actions, the things that you chasing, that he's provoking, you're gonna see nothing but gray.
That's all gonna happen when the smoke clears.
You don't see no colors in jail, my nigga.
You see no colors. You're right.
You got restricted colors.
Colors. You can't even wear certain colors. Fact.
You know what I'm saying? And that's anything. Even if you ain't in prison, everything gonna be fucking what? Dark.
Dark.
So that's what they doing. They expose him. But back to this Mexican, this Latin thing, he's also starting a racial war. Because you gotta also remember now we're doing a one on it. We're doing jail politics. The niggas is cool with telling on people in their culture, bro. In the Mexican community.
We seen it. We seen that in the penitentiary where dudes
you
tell.
Don't get killed. Niggas ain't running down on you or nothing. Yo, let me see your paperwork when you in the Latin community.
They killing us. That's what we get on.
What's going on, bro? Think about that. You know that you go come to that Latin king. All the other Hispanic. That's what I'm using. Hispanic gangs in prison. It ain't about no paperwork, bro.
Yeah. Now, Sammy Ross, we hear you. We with you, Sammy. We with you. We know there's a bunch of people on our side that tell. We just ask for their paperwork. You know what I'm saying? You hear
me? Yeah. But that's in a black community.
Yeah.
He always go, you go to jail, you see a paperwork.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatever the fuck that, whatever that means. But just back to what I'm saying, he comes from a more populated area where it's Mexicans at in the state of California.
Gotcha.
So he's pushing a whole nother agenda, bro.
And it's weird because
and all I'm trying to get people to understand when I'm telling you about it is like, well, we gotta channel that energy somewhere else, bro. Because we giving that shit way too much light. And as guards, as black men, as what you doing, like showing the difference. All these other niggas on their platform, we gotta channel that shit somewhere else. Even other shit that comes along with it, but really channel that somewhere else.
Yeah.
We already know there's people out there crashing, but we not supposed to be a part of them crashing, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man.
And that's what he's doing. He's a part. Yeah, we know people young, you in your neighborhood, you in the streets, we know about whatever the word, peer pressure, all that shit. We understand everything going on. But we not supposed to be on, especially him, on the platform pushing that envelope, bro.
Yes.
That's non-cipher, bro. That's non-cipher because what we going through, white supremacy, and we fighting against everybody, even the Latins. The real Latins ain't respecting that because that's morally not right, bro. That's more. There's nothing behind that.
Yeah, you know, and I'm happy that we have this conversation because that's the picture that I'm looking at. It like, yo, like we got you where we at through trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hold on. What's this nigga Sammy Rose? Listen, black people fall too, brother. Cause I just seen your shit pop up on my other phone.
Hell yeah, it's a bunch of.
You're not understanding, like, if you from New York and you know about it, because I want you to go hard on what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you from New York and you have people, your parents was workers and anything, they had a war going on in the 70s against black and Hispanics before it came to jail. The white people, because before that, all the jobs, city jobs in New York City were catered to the Italians and the Irish. Then they passed it to the Puerto Ricans and then to the blacks, and we was going to war over these jobs, and that shit channeled into the penitentiary. Before it hit the penitentiary was happening with the blocks. Yo, don't go on that block because they don't like blacks. Or don't go on that block because they don't like Spanish. That shit started from the powers that be. You could document, you could look this up, bro. You could Google this, bro. Public information, my nigga. When Donald Trump's father was the motherfucking, the head real estate nigga. Remember he had the contracts where niggas can't go in their cribs?
Cool, yeah.
Criteria.
Yeah,
nigga. That's a fact, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta really be mindful about what's being played right now. Fuck about him talking about Jim Jones and all of them other niggas. But you putting a certain person in a space to where you're causing confusion.
Yeah.
So I just need you, brother, to channel that shit, pass it on to the other YouTubers that you be dealing with, and channel that shit somewhere else, because guess what? It's a war going on outside.
It is, bro.
And that war is bigger than what he's trying
What
to
he's
start,
trying to
bro.
do. What he's trying to start, man. It's crazy, man, because, you know, when I seen, like the video I seen the news thing the other day, when son who passed away in Queens, that was crazy, man. You go support your man's rap video, and it's like you said, man, that channeling energy, man, those conversations, and yo, bro, there's other shit in life, man. Yo, you know what? I'm happy that we're free and we're alive and we're able to take care of our families. You know what I'm saying? And I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, when people ask me about the Wack, I'm like, that's whack. Just do the entertainment thing. Don't, because you're creating this weird narrative where these young boys who's already misguided are gonna be more misguided because they're gonna think it's cool to just shoot them up, bang, bang, and be gang, gang, gang. A lot of us, like he said, there was a lot of culture in us not growing up. The God bodies, the black Muslims, the Israelites. We wasn't just foolish on the streets. You know what I'm saying?
All of that.
It all has some type of culture to it. Then we also go to the penitentiary because of mass incarceration, and it put us on a standstill. You know what I'm saying? Because we went from probation turned into a 4 to 12. You know what I'm saying? We went from
you got the 6 months. It started in the early 90s, late 80s. 6 months, 5 years probation.
Yeah.
You don't do probation. You're going to get the 1 and 3. That's what happened with me.
Yeah.
1993, bro. And guess what? I copped out the fucking probation because I ain't have no money for a lawyer because niggas don't know nothing at that age.
We just young sneakers, shirts, hats, Hirachis, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Columbia rain suits. Yeah.
94, 18 years old. I'm supposed to be going to fucking college or going to prom or whatever. I'm wearing greens. Back of a bus, 40 of us. 40 of us.
And it's a bubble thing. It's weird. Yo, let me tell you something, man.
What is they talking about?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's and that's what's real. Because what we're saying, like, when I first went to jail, it was like, and then when 9/5 came, I was like, oh, this thing got, when I went to jail in 9/5, it was a full-fledged war on Rikers Island. I was like, oh my God. Remember, I was in Albany County jail.
I had a 1 and 3, right, bro? I went to fucking shock, right?
I went to shock. Yeah.
I'm only home 7 months, my nigga. I'm back in the whole system in 95 for a fucking drug case, and I'm going straight to the 4th building. I'm already past 18. I play adolescent, my nigga, just so I can use the phone. So you know I was dealing with war on war, my nigga. Remember, I'm a grown man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking young, so I'm playing adolescent just so I can get on a phone. So I already premeditated in my life that I was going to live or die for that phone. I was programmed to that shit. Because I know once you go to adults, there ain't no free phone.
Yo, I want to tell you what's funny. It's funny you said that.
And I wasn't going to the 3 building. That's the only building that was free. So they're going to send me to probably the Beacon, ATM, or North facility. I ain't fuck that. I'm on the 4th building. I'm good. I'm good. Up in there, my nigga. That's when my whole life went like, war mode, my nigga.
It was a full-fledged war.
That's when y'all, the adults is going to war. Mind you, I'm an adult, so I see niggas in a poor building getting sentenced, going to court. They know me. Boom. Shaking, moving and shaking. Them niggas find out that I don't belong there, kick me out, send me to the 3 building. That's when everything, these fucking niggas is talking about, that's where everything went down at, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Remember, I did 16 months on the island. That whole time, nigga, that was documented. That 3 building was like the free world, my nigga.
Yo.
Real talk, my nigga.
Yo, they sent me.
No bullshit, bro. No bullshit,
yo,
bro.
I caught a punk cell in Washington. It wasn't even my cell, but I caught the cell. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Washington.
Washington Projects.
Listen, I was in East River and Wilson, so you know, Washington, they show love to me, my nigga.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out to Washington.
We'll make it change it.
Shout out to
So,
Washington.
Cheeto, man, you and all of them. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to them, man. But, so I caught the cell by accident, not me, but I wound up going to jail for the shit. Know what I'm saying? Actually, no, the first one was in Wash. The second one, I got caught. This sounds crazy, but I got caught by a beat walker in my projects. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas got a 2.5 to 5 out of me for this one, right? I'm all right. They sent me to the tunes first. You know, the tunes is parole violators, city time. These dudes is living life. They cool, coffee. There's no war. Because the tunes is downtown Manhattan. Those niggas sent me to HCM. I said, oh my God. You hear me? Niggas was getting cut, chased, long going off. We had that funny captain nigga. I was in there. I was like, yo, I really did it this time. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
But you right, the phones, I had to pay out my commissary to use this shit. You know what I'm saying?
See that shit.
Hell yeah.
But listen, the only reason why I got, because I was always a nigga that looked at young.
Yeah.
So I just took advantage, but I already know it's going to be war. Yo, for real, man. Yo, I done been in some shit. I'm thankful not to have no scars and nothing, my nigga.
There's a lot of dudes that ain't make it, man.
Listen, bro, because I'm a nigga that want to be involved. I'm going to be honest. So I done been involved in all kinds of shit.
Crazy.
I done seen niggas, bro. I remember the first time. This some real shit, bro. I still fuck with my homie to this day. Shout out to Squeak. He from Brooklyn. Remember, you niggas know about Squeak, good brother.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he was on the other YouTuber page, St. Laz, talking about when he was locked up in New Orleans.
Yeah, oh, that was son? Yeah, I heard that son. That's crazy.
Check that out.
Yeah, check out St. Laz content. That was crazy.
Because he used to call me from there. Niggas had burners in their prison, in their county jail. That's wild, nigga.
Wow. So
listen. So the first time, I'll never forget this. You know, 91, I get locked up. Remember when niggas had the Kwame, they had the colors. So remember the Gap shit with the 4 different colors on this shit?
Yeah, that was the
shirt. It was like a famous shirt. Had a pair of Calvin Kleins on and a pair of fucking Reeboks.
Which one's the black top shit?
Locked the first time on a 4 building. Man, I'm 100 pounds soaking wet, even to this day. No bullshit. I'm scared to death. No bullshit, bro. I'm like, first of all, I gotta let my family know that I done fucked up. Then I gotta go deal with these niggas over here. So boom, I get to central booking. They like the 4 building. You know that ride is crazy, my nigga. You going? I'm like thinking all kind of shit in my mind. I'm like, damn, bro. I done heard the stories and all that.
I done seen the cuttings. I done seen niggas come back with new sneakers. That wasn't
everything. So I'm scared about my niggas watching me on a bus. I remember that shit, bro, to this day. Shackled like, man, but you know it was loose back then.
Yeah, it was real loose.
Professionals. You get what I'm saying? I'm a new jack. I never even been on. I never got locked up. The first time I ever got locked up, I went to the island. Fuck is you talking about? So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like this. 4 building adolescents that walk. So I'm spooky. So I get up in there. Shoot, boom, you know, go through a little reception shit. I see a nigga that I know, you know what I'm saying? But I'm really playing him a distance. He's not going by what I've been told. Remember, I'm
Yeah.
a baby back then.
Yeah.
So I'm only going by what I've been told. So if a nigga not doing that, I'm trying to I need to use the phone. So I'm using the phone, and the nigga said, no, Dougie Fresh. Shout out Dougie Fresh. Dougie Fresh time.
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah, 6 minutes. Yeah.
I was already equipped because I was always an active. Like older niggas say that. Like I used to hit them on a block, talk that shit. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. Give me 15 if anything. If I gotta fight for it, fuck it. You get what I'm saying? So you know, fuck reception, nigga. You gotta go in the real dorms now. Mar 2. Oh man, that's back then before the gang shit.
Yeah.
That's what that shit was on. The 8-Ball crew. I know you familiar with them. They was from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Losing their mind.
Yeah, they was Brooklyn niggas. You know, you had Bronx niggas in there and all that. God bless his soul, my nigga Wally was in there. Squeak was in there. So back to what I'm saying, that maybe like an eye opener, like on some real life shit at an early age. So I'm in there, you know, niggas pressing niggas and all that. Me, I'm a different nigga. I'm rolling the dice because I know a nigga. I see the nigga, but I'm still sleeping with my sneakers on.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. Because I know once you take my sneakers, then I lost the battle.
I lost the battle. The sneakers.
No, I'm sleeping
That's
with
a
my
fact.
sneakers on. You get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
When I'm sleeping, you know what I'm saying? Cool, you know, they got the L in the section. Whoever sleep in the L is the niggas that run the crib.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
House gang and the rest of the niggas.
I'm in the back. I'm like, I'm not nobody's target. So, you know, about the toothbrush shit. I was like, man, this shit ain't working.
With the little razor? You had the little...
Yeah, that shit was working because I seen niggas getting their shit bust like, mind you, through reception and all that. I'm just talking about my experience.
Yo, I seen it. Keep on.
You hear me?
Yeah.
I get the population. I'm spooky now because I know it goes down. Niggas got do-rags on, jewelry on. These young niggas got looking at 25. Niggas got 3 bodies there too. Boom, I'm on the end of the drug sale. You know, I get money. Niggas get money at a young age.
Hell
drug
yeah.
sale. You get what I'm saying?
He did it with 2 bodies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, niggas got 2 bodies in there. So boom, I'm in there, right? So you know you gotta take a shower after you get rid. I'm gonna gotta take a shower, so you gotta go in there with your shit, boom, whatever.
Yeah.
So you know you got the big slop sink, right?
Yeah.
So this is me. Plus years later, I'm always been like, see what's going on. You know, so I'm talking to niggas, boom. So I see a nigga washing mad clothes. So I'm like, they don't got no laundromat in here. Cause mind you, I'm from the hood.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how the fuck we in jail? We can't get our fucking clothes washed?
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking crazy shit in my mind. I'm a young nigga. The nigga like, nah, washing my man's shit. So I see underwears in there. Nigga, I grew up to where, like, that's shit you don't put on. Somebody underwears, so that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm bugging in my mind, like, oh, these niggas fucking washing clothes. So I hear nigga call a nigga mate tag.
Yeah.
Mate tag. So I'm bugging. I get in, I'm in the shower, I hear him. Maytag got 2 bodies. Listen, Maytag got 2 bodies. I'm like, how the fuck this nigga out here killing niggas? And he washing niggas' drawers, bro. I seen this shit for 2 days straight, bro. I couldn't believe it because I had to wash it, you know what I'm saying? And I was a nigga, so y'all niggas listen, I was playing my bump. I played the day room here and there, but nigga, I was more focused on getting on that phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't focused on nothing else because I gotta let somebody know I'm in here. That's the only way I'm gonna get it out. You get what I'm saying?
I gotta get out of here.
That's the only way. You get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So when I see Maytag doing it, but before that, now was after I take a shower, I gotta use the phone. So my man, he ain't really pushing the envelope like that. Yeah. Between me and you, this is some real shit. He got time on the phone, but he don't got enough time. I don't think he can slide me in. Mind, I'm already thinking about everything I done heard.
Yeah.
I'm thinking with my mind like, damn, boom, I ain't got no razor, and I got this bum-ass toothbrush. I've been sharpening shit down. That's it. You get what I'm saying? that's all I'm
That's all I got, man. I can't hit and miss.
Shit in my pocket. But I'm really playing my bunk. So me playing my bunk, I get to see everything.
Yeah,
You know
watch.
what I'm saying? I'm
Creeps.
niggas, all the reckless shit, bro. So now I'm like, yo, bro, I need to call him. You know what I'm saying? He know. I gotta call him. Gotta get the fuck out of here. Let them know what's going on. It's 2 days that went by after Central Booking. I'm on an island now. He like, yo, real talk. Nigga said, I got 10 minutes on the phone. I said, oh shit. That, you know how real it was back then. 10 minutes ain't nothing, but it was something better. You probably had to do whatever. I was like, damn, my nigga. So I need to get on a phone call. He was like, yo, NuT, yo, I don't know. Nigga, let me get like 2 minutes on the phone. So the next day, that was the second day after I see Maytag washing his fucking car. I ain't take no shower, mind you. So I'm just walking around I'm hearing all niggas stories and all that. I'm saying to my mom, these niggas ain't never going home. I just gotta get the fuck. I gotta let somebody know I'm in here so I can get the fuck out. You know what
Hell
I'm
yeah.
saying? Somebody gonna pay the bill, they gonna call a lawyer, whatever. You
Yeah,
know,
yo, what I'm going through in here?
Lawyer
Maytag, these
that.
niggas is woo.
So, you know, if not, you don't call nobody. You sit on the island at least 2 months. You feel what I'm saying? And then you might ain't no telling what's going on. So the next day, I see niggas getting it on, and I'm in the bathroom. It's Maytag. Maytag got 2 homies, my nigga, and niggas know he did it. So he washing niggas' clothes, my nigga. That shit to this day still, nigga, you done killed some. I ain't doing nothing what y'all talking about.
Nothing.
Fuck, nigga. It's niggas that don't even got nobody that know how to act. They gonna put on for that shit, nigga.
Hell yeah.
So that shit right there was an eye opener. Like, I think as an adult now, I be like, damn, I should have listened. But I was still a nigga that fucking roll of dice. This nigga's a murderer, and he out here washing fucking clothes. Fuck these niggas. I don't even want to wear no clothes. You get what I'm saying? The lights is out, my nigga.
It's out.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk is over. Night, my nigga.
Night. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, so I see these 2 niggas and they getting it on. They getting it on. But I see the niggas that really run the house. Mind you, know, I'm watching niggas that run the house. They sending niggas over there. Know you can smoke cigarettes and all that.
Yeah.
Know niggas getting bust downs. I'm getting bust downs. I ain't even gonna lie. This is the first 48 hours, my nigga. So I'm like, so I see a nigga like, yeah, nigga, you want that time on the phone? You want that time on the phone? All right, boom. So they get it on. I see my man over there. You know, niggas got their do-rag on, tank top. You know, niggas looking like they in the free world back then.
Free world, yeah.
They got their jewelry on. You know what I'm saying? You know, all that shit. That shit is new to me. But I'm still amazed by it. I'm interested in it. You get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So, one of the 8-baller head nigga, bro, nigga named Rob, my nigga. I'm gonna tell you about that nigga story. That's a personal story. I'll call you on that story.
Yeah.
So he like, yo, anybody else here wanna fight for some fucking phone time? I'm like, me. I just jumped out the whole circle, me. I just jumped in, yo, word to my, I don't know what came. I think I said a prayer. Don't get it twisted. I think I said a prayer like,
God,
I
gotta do this for God.
Real, my nigga, you know what I'm saying?
You see, now or never.
I was like, me. So nigga like, man, who the fuck is this nigga? So my son Wally, that's his name, God bless his soul. Like, nigga, that's my nigga like from my hood, boom, whatever. I'm like, yo, Wally, man, I gotta use this phone, man. I can't be on your time. Boom, what's good? Yo, what's up? Nigga Rob, I'm like, yo, I know you be running the house and all that. You got niggas online. Whatever, I need 15 minutes, my nigga. Fuck that.
Yeah.
The nigga pointed some nigga out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. I fight the nigga. We going at it. Once he point, cause you know, once back then they point you gotta come in the circle, we in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, they got the stores, you gotta come out.
Yeah.
You gotta see, that's why I told you I just jumped out.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, my nigga, I just start going in on a nigga.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know, he was bigger than me. It don't matter. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going in. They like, shorty got hard, shorty got hard, shorty got hard. Boom, boom. Niggas broke it up quick. I was like, God is good. Listen, they broke it. It was like, you know, a fight is like 20 seconds. That's a long time in a fight, my nigga. Some was taking me back, but I was going in on them.
Yeah.
Broke it up. It was like, nah. They told the nigga, it was like, your time is dead. Nah, son got your time and all that. Boom, whatever. Boom. Next thing you know, I was good money, bro. Because I don't know, son. I think it was because I was like, that much fear was like, I gotta prove a point or I'm gonna die in here.
Dying here. These niggas is wolves, man.
That's what it was because, but my man, I know he saved me because he was in there because he was like, without, you know what I'm saying? You know, having a slick conversation. Like, I was like, nah, bro. You know, we from a town. We gotta, you know, we from Gun Hill Road, my nigga. So I'm saying we from where we at, man. We gotta make, we got niggas that came in here that made statements. We the new generation at that time. We all babies, 16, 15 years old. We gotta make this shit happen. He like, yo, fuck it, but you know what I'm saying? You know, these niggas is on some other shit. Word up, bro.
Yo.
No bullshit, bro. And from that day on, every time, man, all the time I've been up north on 2 different times on 2 different numbers, but I've been up north like 8 times for road violations and all that, my nigga. All the way from 94 to 2003. Back and forth, my nigga. So I know what it is. Just going up north, back and forth.
Starting over.
Hell on earth, my nigga. Starting all over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Meeting girls. Boom. Remember, it was no cell phones or nothing.
None of that shit.
Nothing. You go into prison, that's it. Coming back, you know what I'm saying? So I was all through that war. That's what I'm saying. Back to what I'm saying is like what he's doing. He's touching into certain shit, bro. So where yo, you gotta be. That's why I need you, bro, to channel that shit. I hope niggas that was listening know that this shit is for real, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas been putting in that work, my nigga. And I want to salute you, 21 Guns, salute you.
Thanks, man.
You changed the game, bro. On your own right. But one thing that I do want you to do so the world can hear this right now, straighten up on them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them is finger fucking the game. And I think how you do it, you need to put more emphasis on these niggas about it. How we building right now. Because one thing that they not doing, niggas is not only telling their opinion, but their opinion don't really stand on no facts.
Yeah, exactly. It's just yo, boom, 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 and yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, huh? Like, you know, it's real because it's like, yo, I was listening to something and I had to sit back and I'm like, yo, son, like, we gotta stop this. We have to get to the point now. You want to mess with the entertainment, but leave the entertainers alone. If you want to sit down with this little guy, and this little guy want to talk all the shit he want to do, and y'all think it works because of public opinion, that's your thing. Like you just said about Rikers Island in the 90s and what we had to go through. A lot of us went through a lot. We're happy where we at. Listen, we're not glorifying what the fuck we came from, but we're telling you that before gang culture was really the most popular thing, it was you had to figure it out on your own. There wasn't no, yo, you from my block and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, son.
No, that's what I'm saying. Speaking on like I'm speaking on the transparency that nigga I was already inbred with, even though I came from a dysfunctional household.
Most of us did, bro. Yeah, we had to figure it out.
It was still about knowing the difference and either going or staying away. That's why it's brothers like us that could show face, show love.
Show love, man.
No, show face and show love with their name and their face. Ain't no smut. Ain't no telling. Ain't no homo shit. Nigga might got issues with niggas. Fuck it. Who don't got issues if you've been ripping and running the streets from you when you was like 13, 14, all the way to your early 30s? You gonna have situations, but it ain't no shit to where ain't no smut on it. See, a lot of niggas, you gotta be, that's another thing that I want to build with you about. You got a lot of niggas out here, like I said, recycling crime. Shout out to King Erna, man. Even though niggas be like, he be bugging, but I fuck with King Erna, my nigga, because he taking niggas honor. They recycling crime, and you can't go on these platforms. You can, man. And just recycling things, because, now you're right, bro, because what's happening is because people invite you to their platform to talk about nonsense. Yo, we talk about this. They're talking about crime.
Yo,
shit, like grandma say, or the mobsters would say, why you opening up cans of worms.
Yeah, bro. That is
You know when you're going back and you recycling, you talking about old beats and all that.
You know what I'm saying?
What Wack is doing, and that's not even old. But we living in a time where niggas got 7 seconds attention span.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that happened like a year and a half ago, 2 years, is old. He's bringing it right back up.
Just
pushing that.
Because
the culture.
Like, I'll be honest with you.
About that,
facts. That's a fact. Because when somebody had a conversation with my man from my projects, he called me one day. Shout out to my man from Washington, 102nd Street. Because he grew up with Freaky Zeke. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? And this is what he said to me. He's like, okay, he's from Washington. There's no smut on his name in the projects. What was he doing in 1990 what we was doing? We was in the projects trying to break laws. What was he doing? He was cool. They was playing basketball. They was famous for basketball. And they was getting record deals. So, Z, why are we now putting him into our lobbies because this guy's talking crazy about him? Like, if Biggie Zeke told or wrote a statement, what that got to do with us? Because he was never a part of us. He was an entertainer, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You see what you just brought up? Niggas bringing up Freaky Zeke.
Yeah.
Jim Jones. Listen, Jim Jones. Listen, I even heard that man online on Clubhouse. That nigga mentioned Marv James. He said Marv James is a rat. Now, Marv James come from the death row, a West Coast nigga, which we look at him as like an OG because he ran with Snoop, Pac. There was Snoop, Suge. You were there from the beginning, right? We know this storyline. So why are you out here? This is what I'm telling you. He's giving out. You don't understand what he's doing.
Hate, right? Just hate mail. Just hate. Yeah, he's a rat.
Whatever's going on. To make himself right, but the person that he's using is the person that goes against all morals and principles.
Facts.
Just think about it. He's the one that's bringing up Jim Jones' phone call. He's the one that's bringing up Freaky Zeke. He the one talk about Marv James. All of these people telling. He talking about also. He like, yo, it's mad niggas that I know that's telling us paying niggas. Everybody knows that. But when you start saying that, now you be provoking shit. It's niggas that niggas know of.
Now how come? I want to ask you a question. He was talking on Clubhouse, and you know what I'm talking about. He mentioned somebody's name that we know is telling. That told on somebody, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't blowing him up. We know what he said about 5-year-old manager, about Son, you know what I'm saying? You hear me? We know Son told on D-Nice, but when they're your friends, you don't want to bring up their telling. The guy name you mentioned, when you said about 5-year-old, forget Mason all of them, you mentioned that name, we all know that Son told on D-Nice, you know what I'm saying? But he's in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be very smart about what he's saying with recycling, because people start recycling stuff and throwing stuff out there, and now what happens now? There's 80 videos about Jim Jones being a rat. For what? So now you put Jim. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I realized? It don't even matter about that, yo, bro. The internet is plugged into.
Yeah, he said he didn't. That K-Bone good. K-Bone good. He ain't talking about Mac.
I'm not talking about kids 8, 9, 10 years old. I'm
talking
about kids that
20, 21, no better.
You hear me? Into the world that we know that's hell on earth.
Yes.
Marv Deep said it no better. You locked up in prison, going back, or you living in the streets. It don't matter if you got 100,000 to $1 million, or if you just got 10,000, or if I know more niggas with names that's broke.
We know a bunch of them.
Name.
Just got a name for themselves, bro.
They name hold more weight than your money.
Bro.
So what I'm saying is like, that's really hell, because you living in the world to where that shit is temporary gain. But guess who we giving that to when he's giving it to the kids?
Yeah.
That's when I'm giving you the age market. All the way from the motherfuckers from 30 and under.
He's catering to that stupidity. It's all right to be young and tough.
You know what 30 and under mean? So that means you're going from 30 to all the way to 16 years old. That's involved, whether whatever color, whatever shit they represent, they listening to that.
Yeah.
Because guess who's really the real market scheme?
Academics. You know what I'm saying? 6.
No. 6ix9ine.
Yeah, 6'9". He caters to that crowd.
Him with the colors, you gotta remember the colors. He's still entertainment. He's
Bingo.
talking towards kids.
Yeah.
So they're gonna. It's scientific fact that black, white, because that's only the 2 colors. But you want to say all nationality kids is looking at 6ix9ine as what he's doing is the right thing.
Right then, he was the victim who's doing
Because
it right.
they growing up in a time to where a lot of morals and principles and what we consider integrity, they're not familiar with that. It doesn't matter how much their parents or whatever they being chastised on. They think that's right.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's provoking that.
Facts. And but you know what I like about this conversation is that you be around a lot of people behind the scenes in this music industry, and you keeping it fair, bro. And you keeping it fair. You're just keeping it funky. And this is somebody who's just behind the scenes, that's watching what's going on. And you're right, us as YouTubers or some of us creators, we gotta start. This is. We don't want to see no more 30-year-old guys dying. I don't want to see no more 50-year-olds dying.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing that. Me watching the video of Taheem dying, I didn't know him personally, but I read his book and I seen the movie he did. To see him die because he supported Nas, not saying he died because of Nas, but he came out, showed some love to Nas.
No, but hold on.
No.
Let's speak on that. How the fuck that you just did a fucking movie, right?
Yeah.
You did a movie for the culture. That movie is big, and it really defines a lot of stuff that we talking about. The brother Nas come out there, everybody go out there, Summer Jam, all that's going on.
Yeah.
Everything, all of events going on, and with the politics. And you get killed, my nigga.
You get killed, bro.
Just think about that. We gotta really start looking at shit like everybody know that the only thing promised when you come out the womb is you gonna die.
You're gonna die, bro.
But how you die defines a lot of shit, bro.
Yo, Brose, you know what?
Make you think, bro.
And that's real what you said, because going back into the youth, man, because when I watched the video, he was sitting in his car, and it's like allegedly old boy who just walked up on the car, hit the car, and just kept walking. It was like he just kept like I'm good. I'm going to my car and I'm out. Whatever the getaway car was, there was no run. There was no it was like.
Now, we not understanding. Then you heard Ice-T. Shout out to Ice-T. That's a real West Coast OG. You know he live on the East Coast.
Yeah.
You know that nigga niggas don't even know. If you listen to this bio, I'm about to drop some game to everybody, because you know me, I'm a real hip hop head. You know, I'm gonna be behind the scenes, but I'm the nigga growing up. Nigga, I used to go in and stand in the Chinese store, buy the newspaper, and read all the magazines, and I couldn't afford to buy it. I already know who's who. Yeah. Ice-T is original New Jersey nigga. Yeah. See, people don't know that, even though he repped the West Coast, but he's originally from New Jersey. Shout out to him. You gotta check his Instagram out on a post that he posted about the brother that passed away, yo. Yeah, definitely. Salute to Ice-T, you gotta check that out. But basically what I'm saying, bro, how do you just get whatever you was going on in life, whoever, because I know you've been involved, but that movie put you on a different platform. Another word. And somebody come and smoke you like that, bro. Come on, bro. That shit ain't no regular shit. That ain't no accident, bro. That's the shit that I'm talking about, bro. These narratives, like these real stories, shit, bro. We from the trenches, bro. We know what it is. Niggas here through the bird in the sky. Yo, and it's real, son. Shit, you know what's no why? Friends kill friends. Friends kill exactly. And you know what wifey said to me? Because me and wifey asked, because she's seen it. I was watching on my phone. She goes, "What's that about?" I'm explaining to her. And I said, you know, a lot of times the social media open up deadly wounds. And she said, what you mean by that? Like, I could tell a story about some niggas that had beef back in the days. May not have been my beef. I'm just talking about a story that niggas had beef. Now, these two niggas is in the street now, and you resurrect old wounds. Now, they may have more chance of bumping heads than I am going to have with them. You know what I'm saying? And what happens? You go out to go celebrate with your man, you think nothing of it, but there's somebody that's in the party that goes, yo, such and such is here. What? Yeah. Little shit like that.
Yo, remember son from the alley who took your sneakers? He in the building, son. Yo, remember son who cut you in Attica? Yo, he in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Shit like, yo, bro, you called it out, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta remember. That's why I say what Rick Ross said. Rick Ross came out with that album, God Forgives, I Don't.
Yeah.
You gotta remember his background. Rick Ross been around, but Rick Ross really fuck with New York niggas.
Yeah, heavy. He really do.
Personal. It's personal.
Behind the scenes and all that.
His
Yeah.
first squad before, like I can't remember beloved name from the Bronx.
The Blazer, right? I think it was the Blazer.
Huh?
I think it was the Blazing Billy from Soundview or somewhere. Castle Hill.
Yeah. So I already know. That's what I'm saying. New York niggas don't forget nothing.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is like, forgetting about all of that. The karma, universe. I'm just saying, this man that he done put himself on a whole other platform. Just as his shit getting buzzing to the next level.
You just go support your man.
Come and just smoke you. Come on, bro. Let's be honest, bro. You know that shit deeper than rap.
Deeper than rap, bro. Yo. And that's why I told wifey, I said, yo, we have to keep in mind when we play in these streets, like you said, we've been outside so long, we still got some people that don't like us. And you know, we forget about them over the years, even conversations. And so, like, say for instance, showing love to Nas, it brought out another element of Queens. It's not the new Queensbridge that was out there. It's a bunch of dudes that have been going through so much over the years. You know what I'm saying? New friendships. My man told me something that was crazy up north, but it was deep. He said, yo, I made friends with a lot of young niggas ops since I've been up north. And I looked at him in the yard. I said, what you mean by that? Nigga said, nah, son. He said, Z, a lot of niggas that hate your mans, those became my friends up north. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? So now I have to look at him like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? But it's the truth. You'd be surprised who's cool with who. You'd be surprised, like you said, it could have been something small. Like you said, yo, he's been getting money, but we haven't seen him for the last 2 summers. But that little beef that we had that time at the strip club, I ain't forget about you, Duke. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Word. You see what happened to the rap guy?
I'm about to tell you what you just said right there. I hollered at one of my men. That nigga's rich.
Yeah.
A personal friend of mine. I'm not even gonna get into the depths of it, but he's somebody not only that I watch, but I could say I'm a part of his turn up.
Yeah.
So I asked that nigga, why you don't go back to the hood? He said, well, I'm going back there for. I'm going to lose everything I got, and them niggas is still out there. So when you go back to what you just said, when niggas like, remember this from 2 years ago? It's niggas that saying, remember what happened 20 years ago?
20 years ago. Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Remember?
Like, it ain't about no telling shit. It's just about a nigga was doing what they was doing in the streets. You get what I'm saying? Because the only rule that the older niggas told us was don't tell.
Don't tell. Everything else is fair game. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You can tie them up, bust them over the head 8 times.
You can do everything else.
Don't tell.
You got niggas being disloyal, you can do all of that, but just don't tell.
Don't snitch. That come back to bite you 30 years down the line when you come around in the big Benz and you looking around all crazy with some good jewels on.
Nigga, that's why I be saying when niggas be like, yo, niggas be doing their man's dirty. Niggas been doing
their man's dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Doing devil shit, nigga. What is he talking about?
We ain't seen it all, bro. Bro, how about the fake partnerships back in the days? How does this nigga become partners with this nigga? But this nigga don't know how to count. But he's a known shooter, so we get it. You don't want to look like you're getting extorted, so you just make me your partner. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
You know what we call it? Friendly extortion.
Friendly extortion. We partners now. But you're the one that's gonna get mad when somebody work on the block. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come outside. You're top flight security. But since I don't want to look soft, I'm just gonna say you're my partner. It's just a whole lot. It's better on my reputation.
But you know what? I didn't knock it because I played on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was for a small bag or a big bag. I done been around since situations where nigga told me later, nigga, I'm glad you was there. I've been in situations that said, nigga, you saved my life.
You my
So
life.
we know how this shit go,
This
my
is
nigga.
dirty.
You feel what I'm saying? You know how this shit really go in real life.
Real life. We done seen this shit.
Who wants to push that on an innocent soul?
Yeah, son, that you right. That don't know no better.
Because me and you made it out.
Don't mean you gonna make it.
Whoever else is listening, or whoever else see this, don't mean that somebody else is.
Yeah, that's a fact.
On the phone,
Oh, hold on. I think it's back.
Fuck that, I'm still gonna build with you, hear me?
We here. I think, we back?
I want you to go ahead. We're gonna figure it out, investing the cameras and all of that.
Yeah, we're gonna get crazy. We're gonna make this shit.
What we just did right now
was history.
I want you to go through and study that, bro.
Yeah.
Study what we just built about, because you got too many people on speed dial.
Yeah.
Like me, plus others like the other beloved. You know, we don't say names.
Yeah, it's a fact.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But we got other people that really want to push it, like channel all that negative shit to bro. We got a lot of kids watching this, but they not hearing the truth.
The truth. They hearing exactly this weird narrative.
That's all I'm saying. And I ain't just talking New York shit. You know that. You know me. I've been everywhere. I'm everywhere. You know where I'm at right now.
Hell yeah.
I'm saying, like, we need to.
Definitely.
We need to like kind of like tell them something else.
Different, man. Like, look, I came to St. Louis.
I ain't really feeling these niggas.
Cause I came to St. Louis, bro, with a suitcase. I came in to see wifey. Something with my business went a little sour. Wifey said you might as well stay. But you know what I'm saying? I said, all right, bet me give it a chance. I came with a suitcase. But me being a New York individual that I am, I focused on what's right. So I got a job. I had 2 jobs. Then what happened is in the middle of me, I moved into the best part of St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? So I got a doorman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen. Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
You a Harlem nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Harlem niggas already. Come on, bro. Come on, we go back on coast, like I said, on your podcast just now, on the live.
Yeah.
We go back, cook food on Sunday.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Sunday, mama, soul food.
Soul food.
You know what I'm saying? I already know how you pushing. But what I'm saying, you as an individual pushing the culture forward on how you doing it. I need you to ASAP this shit.
Yeah, got you.
One thing, you just study what we talked about, because I do want to get a copy of it, because I know Shorty in here like this nigga's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I know that, because I just kind of like respect. Don't you think I'm crazy? She said I'm good, but she probably think I'm crazy. She's up to Chicago.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying to you, beloved, is like what we did, we kind of like channeled, because I want you to, I'm going to study it, so I want you to study, because we could both do it 2 ways. I just want to give them the game and talk about the depths. I just want to open up the minds.
The minds, bro.
That's why I was telling my little story. That's why I've been calling you.
Yeah.
Because I'm beloved. I'm like, you're like, nah, because everybody want me to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Right now, I could start the cold shit. My shit is unstricken mentality. So that's why I'm talking was building, like, because we got a lot of people who got a poverty-stricken mentality.
All day.
What you doing is an unstricken mentality.
Yeah.
See, the aura, everything, that's my personal, that's my shit too, that's my lifestyle.
That's dope.
That's my management, but the unstricken was going to be my podcast. Unstricken mentality, because
that's a fact.
What you doing right now, nigga could have stayed, nigga could have been like, fuck that, I'm staying in New York, or I'm going to stay in the streets.
Yeah,
but the unstricken
man.
mentality was like, yo, fuck that. I don't got no more poverty-stricken mentality. I'm going somewhere else.
I'm going someplace else with this.
Because, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, because my daughter motivates me. Because it's like my son and my daughter. When I was their age, I was running around in somebody's jail. One's in college. One just got to go to college next week to be a junior. One's about to go to college in a couple. Right now, about next week to be a freshman in junior college. I feel like a guy off the corner.
Listen for you, because I know you're going to say the same shit that I want to say. But why the fuck do we have to wait to have kids or something ain't right with us, bro. Even though we regular, even
Because we kept playing, you know what it was? Like, we were so attached to the streets. Why do we have
to use something, another human being,
to get right?
The person that raised us to make us want to do right.
Because you know what I think it was?
That's not regular humans, bro. These motherfuckers got us fucked up in a mentally fucked up mind frame.
Remember?
Because it's all love
yes.
what you saying.
Because when we grew up,
love what you saying, because we know what we had to do when we with our kids' moms. We know how this shit even don't work out. But for us to say that right now, so that means you saying my whole life I forgot about me then.
Because I think we all did that. Because I think when I was young, see, remember our parents, my parents were still stuck in the club. They were stuck in the club. You know what I'm saying? They were still in the club. So, you know what I'm saying?
But whoever raised you, the person that, if you've been raised by somebody, you know back then, that era, they went out their way for you.
You know, I'm going to tell you something? My mom did a good job. My pop did a good job. But my mentor was my man, Sonny Ramundi father. Because he was like the OG, the guy from Puerto Rico who didn't speak no English around me, but he owned a corner store and sent his kids to Catholic school, 3 kids to Catholic school. A guy that's straight out of Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying? So I always looked at that like that, and all the respect he got. Dudes would walk him home from the store to the building. And I was cool with his sons, you know what I'm saying? And I just inspired that. Like, that's the type of father I want to be. Like, I want to be able to send my kids to school and have my kids have no worries. Like, my boy John would go to his pops and get all those throwback sneakers. My man, pops gave him the bread for it. So they never had to have the mind to break the law. So now I'm like, yo, son, me having a... You know what I'm saying? Huh?
So... Yo, you gotta stop that because we talk reckless, yo.
Oh, you still live? Oh.
you gotta erase that, bro. You talking too reckless.
Oh, no, he was good. We didn't say nothing crazy. You was good. We didn't say no names or nothing.
I think I did.
Nah, you good. You didn't say no names. You didn't say no names. Nah, because you said, nah, I'm not going to mention it.
Not names, but talking crazy.
Nah, you talking crazy. You good. Because you talk about this us growing up. This us growing up and talk about our generation. You know what I'm saying? Like how...
Right, but it was all real. Fuck it.
Because we was young and crazy. My nigga, think about this. I go to Albany County Jail. I've been in Albany County Jail for a year, come home, go straight to the block. You know what I'm saying? No place to stay, nothing. I'm trying to get $1 million. What's up? Where the pack at? I'm on my way back.
Hold on. Remember what I said earlier? Everybody want to see $1 million. Everybody want to be rich. But what profit the whole world? You get all the shit you want, but what you doing for your soul?
For your soul. We give everybody else but ourselves.
But you know, I got a saying, many have come, a few chosen. Everybody want to go to the NBA out of high school. But it's like 300 colleges, and it's only fucking, 16 teams. How many people go to the league? So people got to just, you know what I'm saying? That's anything in life, my nigga. For you to be a fucking real doctor, RN, or anybody, you're going to have to go to school after 12 years. You're going to have to go to school at least another 4 to 8 years to get a real career to make money without entertainment and sports. So you can do your independent shit, that's cool and all that. But a lot of us, we got to realize we in a world to where we only living for money.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, bro, we got kids. I got an 8-year-old son. I know you got kids. You see, that it's for money. You know, we grew up, you give us a fucking $1 or $5, we was good. We paying homage. Those are the old school niggas we looked at.
Yeah.
And these little niggas, these little girls, these little children, $5 is nothing.
Nothing.
And we as an adult is programmed to only give them 20, 50 and better. So if we raising that around us, that means that these kids is already programmed only on that because they're already exposed to the world.
That's a fact.
We wasn't exposed. Like the shit that we all got into, we had to sneak and find that shit out. I know I did.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit in front of me. I had to be like this, doing some violation shit. You get what I'm saying? Like on my own.
That's
you know
true. I like what Black Empowerment said. Because
nobody give me no drugs. Ain't nobody say, yo, do this. No, none of that, yo. That shit ain't come from my household, even though it was around, but that was the decision I made. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to man up.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? Through the wins, the losses, the fucking sorrow, the fucking joy, my nigga.
That's a
Niggas
fact.
don't be manning up.
That's a fact.
Niggas ain't got no alpha mega no more. But niggas be like with their finger in their mouth and they finger in their ass with this shit. And I ain't talking just street shit. I'm just saying just being black in America, my nigga.
Man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Before I congratulate you, I'd rather take shots at you. That's crazy. Like, before I go, yo, sons, like, you know what I'm saying? I think I feel better giving somebody the proper accolades and sitting there going, let me talk about all his defaults for the next 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, let's learn to, because I'm going to tell you something, when it comes to the rich people, they only go at each other over politics. Other than that, they congratulate each other's success. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, boom, 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 I'm at Stephanie Swift house. I'm at Taylor Swift house. He's doing great. We do it. We got to throw Slade. Yo, but he did that. He had sex with my moms. Yo.
You know what I want to, you know what? I want you, because I know a lot of people heard a lot of shit. This shit go digital. I already know. But I want to do this main topic, me and you, bro.
Yeah.
Even if we got to get a professional, whoever we know, person, whether it's a family member, somebody that we know, I'm going to look into that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about why it's us as black people, just as black. I'm not saying no white. I'm saying when you're saying black, that you the root, you come from black. You Latin, you Jamaican, whatever. You Arab, black. When you in America, why the only story that sells is only if you came from nothing?
Wow. You right. But I can't be, I was rich and black.
The only story that sells in America
It's
being
poor blacks.
that the only way you could make it in America, you only... You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a mental state thing, man. But there are successful blacks.
All the white people, you would never hear them say, I came from the trailer court, I came from this. And we know in America, it's a lot of white people. It's more white people on welfare than it is black. So we talking about this system that they selling. I want to talk about that, bro. I want you to get into.
Yeah, that's a good conversation.
Followers, you got a lot of people in your DM. Get me, you, and I want to get somebody in there that has the knowledge that could even balance us. Because I want me and you to get into debate about that.
Yo, you know what's real? What you just said? You know what's so real?
Listen.
It's real. You know what I'm saying? That's real because I remember.
Because I want to do that. That's how we're going to start off with the podcast.
Yeah.
And get it that because it's two different pointers because we're going to start from birth.
Yeah.
We're not going to start from the streets. We're going to start.
The beginning.
Your story, you said my parents had a good job. I don't come from that. So
my father did,
why do every storyline gotta be like a nigga came from the fucking hood or he came from nothing? Look at Jay-Z's story. How many white people did the same shit Jay-Z came that's white?
Yeah. Facts. Came out.
You see what I'm going at?
Facts. Came out.
White, look, what's the Bill Gates? He came from a middle. You know,
he was a hippie, bro. He was in the middle of. He was at Woodstock.
Or any what's the nigga name that owned the Dallas Mavericks? All these white billionaires don't really come from. They not really rich.
Yeah, they came from middle income, low income, and then took it to the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's not promoted. But when it comes amongst us, that's what's being sold more than being sold about who that person really is. Because
what we do is the ones that do make it from that, we tear them down. We get a platform, and the first thing we're going to do is Biggie killed, Puff killed Biggie. This Jay-Z's a rap lover. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James cheated on his wife. You know?
We can't
We can't wait. We're gonna blow them up, and that's weird because I think us as like I said, if we're not paying attention, there are successful African Americans in America, like Akon. Everybody cared about Akon doing a song with 6ix9ine, but Akon doing a lot for Africa where he from. He giving them lights.
We got families, members in our family that has an influence or has potential
Yes.
to be more successful, but they successful. All of us, whoever that's listening,
That's deep,
black,
bro.
you got good people in your family that come from the same neighborhood, that grew up in the same household.
They do great for themselves.
They might be doing the right thing, whatever they doing.
I got a cousin who's a lawyer who's from my projects.
In their own way.
My cousin is a lawyer.
Well, only time they look at black people as being successful is through entertainment and sports. That gotta stop, bro.
Yes.
That's why I said, I need you to channel that energy.
Yes.
Someone.
It's gonna do now. We're gonna channel it.
Why do it has to only be entertainment or sports for us to be
to build?
That
Exactly.
make no sense. When you go from Malcolm X and Martin Luther King
to Dr. J. Let's say to Dr. J now.
The entertainers, bro. No, I can name two people that got a platform that's big, that speaks upon certain things that they could even start their own and give brothers like me and you, sisters like her, sisters and brothers that's listening right now.
Thanks.
You got people like, for instance, T.D. Jakes, Tyler Perry. Listen where I'm going at with it. Oprah Winfrey. People that's involved that started off entertainment, but that deals with media. That can have a subdivision of what we talking about right now. What they do, they don't promote that, bro. They don't got a budget for that. You got to remember how we talking, the numbers is low. But let us be some white folks talking about some reality shit, real life shit. The numbers going to go to the moon. Because we talking about real shit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's
academics, they only going to talk about what?
Foolishness.
Val, they not going to. That nigga, what's that nigga, Val TV, whatever?
Yeah.
All that nigga do is talk about recycling crime.
Yeah.
Niggas ID. He gives niggas a new ID and a new idea. That nigga vicious, bro.
Dangerous,
that's the
bro.
nigga that's vicious. Why? Him, no jumper. The nigga Cam Capone. All these niggas that got them white guys with the podcast. Them niggas is making so much money on these storylines with us. I'm getting tired of them niggas.
It's negative.
I don't want to run. I just want to ask them this one question.
Yeah.
Can we go to what your culture is besides hip hop and get to interview y'all type of people, the crime that y'all doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The storyline that y'all come from. Can we get to interview y'all and get the views?
Yes.
No, we can't. So we gotta start doing interviews with these people with these ignorant questions, bro.
Yeah, facts. That's the whole thing.
Listen to their questions, bro. Niggas ain't understanding. Them niggas is fuck the police talk. Them niggas be asking questions to where like that shit ruffle your feathers. That shit'll fuck with your mind. You see the niggas that's sitting in the seat.
Yeah.
Them niggas be like, yo, why the fuck you even asking me? This ain't even what
I'm here for. And that's what I'm saying. You give me your platform and ask me, I'll give you a good example, right? About these platforms. When y'all don't know what y'all asking somebody, like you can ask me about something. Yo, Zeke, I heard on your block of 99 somebody got their head blown off. I may not did it. They might have just heard Zeke was walking across the street. Now I might, because I'm on your platform, feel to talk about it. Yeah, some something's across the street. Mind you, I had nothing to do with it. I just happened to be walking by. You hear me? And what happens? You trigger old beats. Because remember, dudes get older, the animosity stick. You don't know who's nephew, who's best friend. I know dudes that got killed by good friends. Like, that's crazy, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, son killed my man back in the day.
Can I not to interrupt, but that's that's the end result. This is what you just said, bro.
Yeah.
And how you be going? You be talking about some real shit, but they don't catch it.
They don't catch it.
Friends kill friends.
Friends over bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
You think that shit is just some New York shit?
That's worldwide.
That shit is, yo, bro, we done been at mad cities, mad states.
You hear
running, whatever. Niggas got friends. Yo, when you in these streets, you killing each other. Sometimes you just killing another black man. When you really think about that shit, bro, you having beef. 9 out of 10 times you having a beef that you really with somebody that you
grew up with, somebody you broke bread with, somebody you done shot a blocker with.
Y'all niggas might know each other mother. You see how demonic this shit get when you saying you running these streets, my nigga? Niggas don't want to talk about that part of the game. Every nigga that he really got beef with, whether it's the first beef or the last or the middle, is somebody that you was your damn one, or somebody that really know you, that you done got sentimental issues with. If you want to use a scenario with Shotty and 6ix9ine. Because you already know Shotty and whoever he was running with was the face of 6ix9ine besides 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Whatever, however that shit went. You know why? Because we already know niggas ain't going just by themselves.
Yeah.
So you look at John Gotti and
Sammy the Bull, the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Rich and Alpo.
Same shit.
I'm saying with AZ, whatever story that you got from your hood to my hood to every hood in America, when we're talking about us, it's always friends killing friends. Friends taking
for years.
Friends.
For years. This is not a new story.
Each other's girl. Friends is fucking each other baby mother. Friends is manipulating each other kids to run the streets. Friends, yo, listen, bro. Everybody's getting.
So why? That's what I'm saying. So how you shocked at they hear? Okay, he was. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo. You're right. You're recycling. We're recycling crime to a newer generation, making them more Ricky in their brain. You know what I'm saying?
One thing that I knew it, but he's on a platform, and niggas is recycling crime. You gotta watch these people, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody gotta listen and pay attention and start calling it out.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about it going back and forth, but at the end of the day, bro. It's about channeling that energy somewhere else because they recycling.
Yo, you know what's funny you said that?
Doing.
I interviewed.
We putting each other because we grown.
Yo, you know what's funny you said that?
Kids, somebody else's kids, but somebody else that's fucking black. Once again, when I say black, I'm including Latin.
Facts.
I'm including Hispanics, all of them. Because I know it's a difference only in America. And other countries is not like that, but in America, because you know, if you either one of them nationalities or you black, it's over when you're going through the system. So you might not get an opportunity to be in our situation to where we not with that no more. Right. But it's people that's stuck, or it's people that don't know that they have an option.
Yo, that's deep.
You can't walk away from the game. The only way you can't walk away from the game unless you just sign somebody's contract. But you can walk away from it, and that's what niggas is not channeling their energy to, bro. Niggas is channeling their shit to like keep going. No.
Yeah, son.
Nah, you gotta channel that shit to be like, nah, you better get out.
We gotta get out, man. We gotta get out. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. The part that's crazy is it's okay. It's all right to get out. And let me tell you something. I interviewed my man from Jefferson Projects. You know what I'm talking about, Jeff, right? There's questions I could have asked him, but my man just did close to 20 years in the feds. He's home now. So I'm not gonna ask you questions that's in leads you to say something that's gonna trigger old wounds in the hood. Yo, why this happening? Why that happened?
30 years in prison.
Know what I'm saying?
Because guess what? Them niggas don't even believe that they made it out of there. That's why I respect that nigga Wallow 267 from Philly.
Yeah.
What he doing? That nigga, when he wake up, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
When they say you got a breaking point, because that nigga been on high energy since he stepped foot out of there 20 years. And then when they're in that 17, my nigga, that nigga high spirited, my nigga.
Hell yeah.
When he wake up, it's gonna be different, bro. Niggas gotta pay attention to
And
that.
yo, and when I listen to him, right, I'm listening to it with him one day. I didn't know that he was 16, 17 years old. He was running with Brooklyn cats. You know what I'm saying?
Locked up with niggas that was doing those, that got those 20, 30 years out of there, my nigga.
Yeah, they was,
Wow, nigga, man. Come on, bro.
yeah, young boys, blowing trout, bodies.
Yeah, fuck blowing trout. Niggas was copping out back then in the 90s to 25 to life, my nigga. You know that.
Yeah. Copping out, give me that.
More than 25, I'm only 16, 17.
I'll be home.
Yeah, you know that. 15 to life. Niggas was copping out to that shit, my nigga.
Yeah.
Copping out to 8.
They go in, and it's funny, but they copped out, they was Muslim, doing 20 years, then they become God body, then they have their blood run. Yep.
Dirty urines and all that in New York State prison, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know how the shit went, my nigga.
Then they upgrade the rule book to the gang shit. Remember, they changed the rules in the rule book. So now they got more gang in traffic. Bullshit gang tickets.
Niggas became gang members because they ain't have no choice, nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck you talking about for the cause? It was the pressure.
The pressure.
Nigga, I lived my whole life, bro. Listen, I done went through all of that. You know, I'm knowledge itself. I'm God, but I can never say that I'm homie. I can never say I'm quick, but I ran and understood where that shit started from.
And how it started.
Like I understood. I was with the movement, nigga. You know, we running with it. I'm with it, nigga. We with the shits, nigga. I'm a young nigga. Nigga, like I said, I was on your hood.
Yeah.
When it was really a movie. When niggas out there, we had the GTIs, nigga.
Yeah.
Niggas would have been around right now,
DJ, rest in peace. God bless his soul.
A different story. That's a legend right there.
Nobody talks about him. He's the first half legend. Young boy that was getting money out there. He was getting bread out there.
That's a legend. Like when niggas want to, talk about all these other young niggas. That was a young nigga because I was there, nigga.
He was getting it.
I could say I was seeing.
He was holding his ground.
Nigga before I was 20 years old with that nigga.
And he was holding his ground. The young boy was holding his ground. A young boy amongst the wolves.
With the red GTR,
yeah.
Come on, with the BBS
with the BBS on it. You know what I'm saying? You had a bunch of wolves out there back then. You had the Puerto Ricans on the Ave. You had the liquor store. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot going on First Ave back then. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot going on.
I'm a broad stick out there holding it down like this.
You had the Puerto Ricans in the projects.
Spanish Head. You know Spanish Head from East River, my nigga. With the Smith with that nigga. That nigga was like, yo, some money. Come get some money.
Money on the east side, yeah.
Went over there high school, nigga.
This is before White Castles was over there. It's way before White Castles. Way before White Castles. This is when Hunt 2nd Street, rest in peace, Nelson. Hunt 2nd Street and 2nd Ave, Steve.
I know what it is to be out of your hood, off your block, into that bag, and the stakes is high. Stakes is high, nigga, over there. Cause niggas is like, who the fuck is you, nigga?
You know what I'm saying?
Who the fuck is you? Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's so much money and you fucking with the old soul. It's not like you out there just chilling, drinking liquor on a park bench. No, you active. When the car whips pull up, you pulling up, they saying you, ooh, like, come on, bro. Nigga done been through it all. Nigga can't tell me about their story. I don't care, state to state, nigga, even to where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like a nigga already know. That's why I be like, that shit ain't worth it. That shit is a dub.
Yeah.
That shit get a big dub. Cause it might feel good, but then when you really think about it, niggas don't even be around no more. The ones you love.
The ones you love, bro.
The ones you hate. All the ones you thought that was whatever, however it go. That's not real life.
That's not real life. Look, just what we just said. Nas, Summer Jam Weekend, Nas pull up, do a video shoot, projects. All the dudes his age pull up, Slow Bucks, everybody, nothing but Queens love. How somebody who actually went through the system, came home, made a movie, wrote a book, he's winning right now. He gets assassinated, leaving Nas joint. So let's just say he stood home. He might have been alive an extra day. Had he just flaked out like, nah, I'm not coming through. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah. Or if he never even did the movie. You gotta know it's deeper than rap. You know what Jay-Z told us that.
Hell yeah, see how low he got.
He said it's deeper than rap. That means don't get caught up with the rap.
Yeah, son. You see, exactly.
The money. Here go another thing I want to say. Look, because you said something about Nas, about even that. Even what we talking about. Nas said, yo, if you look at my first picture, it's only 2 niggas left.
Yeah.
And it's like 50 niggas in the picture.
Dead.
His first picture, if you look on his first album, whatever, it's
Don't
like
matter.
50 niggas. Guess who's only there left?
Jungle and Jungle?
You see how real it is? He said niggas either dead or locked up.
Locked up.
Now, that's the message right there, bro. That's what we gotta put. That's the channeling in there.
Yes,
like I tell my son that. My son only 8 years old. I tell him, yo, them friends you got, they ain't gonna be your friends 5 years from now.
Facts.
Because you know, kids are very active. They mind frame, and the world is being transformed, and kids is very ahead of whatever the fuck is going on. Because we ain't gonna see it. You know, we going older. Even if you 30 years old right now, when you become 60 and your kids is 30, they gonna be ahead of you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically what I'm saying is like, when that nigga said that, he said it's only me and Jungle. Whatever happened, whatever go on, whatever win, whatever niggas, even if you say your Nas is foul, why you cut that nigga off? Whatever that is, it don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's like 50 niggas in that picture. And you know it's a lot of niggas more dead,
Locked up, bro. Like Fat Joe. He got a picture on his wall.
Who the fuck wants to be in a relationship with somebody, having love for somebody, growing up in life as you innocent, because you're young right there. Whatever you doing, you know, we was young, wow, and even if we was doing crazy shit, and then at the end of the day, you don't see them no more. Is it really worth it?
Yeah, it's temporary, man. After the years of playing basketball and tag, you play with these streets. Some dudes got smoked off the bench.
It's like having a baby mother. Before, as long as it's not a one night stand, you having a kid with her, you love her, y'all love each other, boom, whatever, and you have a fucking kid with her, and it don't work out.
Yeah.
That's the same shit. Like, that's the shit that I'm saying we gotta channel. We gotta channel the way people was thinking. Cause they thinking fucked up, like, nah, that's not life. If you're looking for longevity, this is how you do it. If you're saying somebody your friend, you don't gotta be 15 years old, 16, whatever age you is, but we talking to them young niggas, 21 to 30, right now here in the trenches, probably listen to their shit in their hoopty or whatever, listen to their shit in the trap house, whatever, crackhead house, whatever, when you at home, whatever, listen. You don't want to build your relationship.
Yo, that's real. That's real.
You don't want to build your relationship off street shit.
Definitely don't.
That's the trick to it. Like,
I'm a real one. I'm solid. You're right.
Street shit, that shit is temporary.
Bingo. That's a fact.
You feel me?
That's relationships do when they introduce you.
As being the people that's from neighborhoods, people that's from the hood, people that's from poverty, people that whatever the subject is of what we talking about, which is the culture, we know what it is. Even if you come from middle class, why we have to, as black people, gotta value shit or friendship or only street shit?
That's a fact. Because we glorify street niggas, it look like, right? We don't glorify a man that did the right thing. Like, yeah, my man on the store. We gotta talk about a nigga.
It's like, yo, you my man because you just my man. I don't give a fuck about, the streets ain't nothing to do with it. Or girls just say, yo, that's my girlfriend because it don't gotta be because, nah, bitch, You know how they, like, why it just can't be just because you are fucking
we didn't separate that.
being and you black like me, we come from, like, that's it.
Because being outside was a war.
You on nothing.
It was a war outside.
When you go through the system, my nigga.
Yeah.
You go through the system, you come through as Latin, you good. Latino, you good. They're gonna take you in. You come through Jamaican, you good. You come through white, you good. You come through a black American, the first thing they're gonna ask you, where you from? What block you from? How you look? What skin you with?
So the villain records, facts.
Are you gonna get visits? Or are you a real nigga? You see all these, when I just name all them other people in life, they don't go through that, bro.
They get embraced.
You know, you work, I done worked before. I work now, nigga.
Yeah.
Latin people, white people, they don't get caught up in all that. Black, we sizing each other. Yo, he ain't got, in my career, nigga, like, yo, what kind of chain he got on? Is it real? Who is he? Who he with? Is he a fish shooter? Like, you know that industry shit, my nigga.
You know what I'm
saying? If you work on a job, Latin come through, yo, he good. Fuck that.
Yeah, as soon as you come through, what set you claim? I don't get a bar of soap or no noodles or nothing.
Listen, we on a 9 to 5. We working at a fucking warehouse, Amazon or whatever company, or you working on a city job. Nigga want to know what solid hood you from. Nigga, you been working on you living a good life. You asking a nigga what side of the hood. Girl asks him, oh, I don't fuck with niggas, oh, I don't fuck with, like, a nigga like y'all don't fuck with niggas. Like, we got to get out of that mind frame, yo. We got to do that, yo. It don't matter whatever you doing. We just got to get out that mind frame.
That's a fact. And that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Exactly.
You know, we gotta put something on it. Fuck it, you human, I'm human. You black, I'm black, whatever. This is what we feel, this is what we do. Instead of all of that other shit, bro. That's why I told you about the storyline from the beginning.
Yeah.
When I was like, yo, fuck that, I wanna fight. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who the fuck was in there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I just want the phone.
I wanna fight because I got so far.
I got a damn phone.
Let them know that I need to get out of here. Let them know where I'm at. That's another thing that I want to talk about too. There's so many subjects that I want to.
What you gonna do? We gotta pace it out. We gotta cut and paste it.
Look. How many people gotta cop out because they deal with that pressure out there because they can't use the
phone? Bunch
of
people can't use the phone. Let me get this 2 to 6
over. You know how many
over.
brothers that people that me and you personally know.
Topped out.
You sit back and get time and go see a psyche and they go back from every day that you went and hear niggas' cases, niggas copped out. Why? Because they couldn't use the phone.
Use the phone.
Ain't got no
visits. No visits. Gotta get home.
You get what I'm saying? Niggas' families don't know what's really going on because you don't got enough time to explain.
Yeah.
You might get a chance to use the phone one time back then, right? We talking about the 80s and the 90s.
6 Douglas,
Before
6
we even
minutes
went there,
more.
the niggas that was the older niggas that was locked up. Yo, bro, but you can't get that continuous communication that you can get now.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We gotta do this again because I gotta get ready to go to work in the morning, player. We gotta do this again.
Love is love.
Love is love.
Do this again. Lock me in.
Got you.
Matter of fact, if you could make that shit private, go through it, and then see if you can put it up.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
All right, say no more. Love is love.
All right, love is love, brother. This is good, man. Yeah. This is good, man. Anytime you want to call in, y'all can. This is a grown man conversation. We're on grown time, man. We it's us the people. We just gotta don't say this. We can't facilitate and recycle the negative stuff and make it look and try to find a way to glorify it. It's like exactly. Let's get straight to the point now. We're getting older now. We're growing up, and you know when you hear these stories about even though we may glorify certain things about getting money, but you're hearing about kids that have to be adults. Because most of our parents didn't leave the club until they hit their 40s. Remember, our parents was young. When we 12, our parents was in their 20s. When they're in their 40s, they decided, yo, it's time for me to slow down. We're knee deep in the street by the time we're 16, 17. You can't tell us nothing. Because we figured out a way to take care of ourselves in the streets. If it was hustling, if it was boosting, if it was snatching chains, if it was, picking pockets, going to the scales. It wasn't because we did it to have props to be tough. We did it because a lot of us really was economically twisted until we finally caught on that we was living an insane lifestyle that brought us back and forth to the penitentiary. You start all over again. After at some point in your life, you get tired of starting all over again. So I want to tell you young boys how you get tired of starting all over again. It's okay to have a name. It's okay. We do know a bunch of good names, solid names, but they broke. They in the streets, they in the shelters. They on the corners drinking liquor every day, stressed out. They still live with mommy. Mommy's 81 years old, they're still upstairs. Solid individuals that live by the rules and regulations of the streets. They done what they had to do, but economically they are twisted because they refuse to work, no child support issues. They believe that by them working jobs off the books, that the child support stops. It doesn't. So now, yeah, we know a bunch of them. You know the little weed seller that's 40, 50 years old. He don't got pounds, but he sold a couple of good dime bags for the little niggas. Those are his plugs now. The same little niggas that he used to give $1 to are now his connect. He the cool old nigga that they get to laugh and joke with, and he made throwback store. That's what. Do we want to be like that? Do you want to be like that? But all the shit you're doing in your lifetime, all you gotta do is put your ego to the side. I'm not asking you to be soft, but put your ego to the side. Let me try something different. Become humble. Let me try something different. Because we see what's happening with our coach now. We see that the messiness is going on. Since when it's been cool to call somebody who informed to co-sign anything, to clarify anything? Since when that's been cool? Since when it's been cool, I don't care who you was in these streets, to sit down with somebody who told on individuals because you think you're God Almighty. Nobody's gonna do nothing to me. Since when that was cool? That wasn't cool. So what happens is when you do it, somebody else tries it. The difference is that when you try it and they try it, you're doing it on the internet. They do it on the street and get their boots smoked. That's the difference. When they tried, they're gone. It's rest in peace. Yo, what happened to Son? Son went live talking about his man told and they don't care and they doing all the dancing and they're doing all the pop smoke and 20 minutes later, he hit the car. We thought that's not supposed to happen. Every action has a reaction, man. The cloth said to explain that to you, man. Get your shit together, man. So get your shit together, man. What's good in being a gang ambassador or some type of top gang member if you're not incorporating this into nothing? At least the mob, they wasn't stupid. They went from the street rackets to let's start playing with these unions. If you're not paying attention to Bugsy Siegel's story, if you understand, if you didn't watch Casino, if you're not paying attention to Goodfellas, if you're not paying attention to what they was doing, these guys was going into the unions allegedly. That guy Hopper busting them over the head 8-9 times, pure manipulation of trunkers, and they took money from the union to help open up a lot of casinos in the desert. And there's some families that because of the riches that came off of that before the feds finally caught on, that these families got generational wealth in some Midwestern states. You know why? Because they had startup money. Let's take this legal money and quadruple that. And if you pay attention to these movies, they tell you in the movies. In Casino, right? Yo, you got the money from the union and boom, they put it to open these casinos. Same thing when you watch Jimmy Hopper, whatever his name is, the union guy. What was his beef? He took the money from the union, gave it to the mob, they opened up casinos, and that's how they made their money. Everything failed in Cuba, remember? Castro decided to run Batista out. That means no casinos. We went from a democracy to communism. You know what I'm saying? So now plan B, we can't play with Florida. We're going to go to Las Vegas where we can play with the laws. But there's really nothing there. And that's the win. And that's the win. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the win. We got to get into that. That's where the conversation changes at. I don't want to hear about Meek Mills and what Meek Mills is doing. How can we get Meek Mills to invest in? Let's get to union jobs. Let's start upgrading our conversations with these dudes. Let's stop worried about his next album being great and getting close to people like them and come up with an idea. Akon took his money to Africa. He's building a city. That's smart, right? A guy off of hip hop. Generational wealth. We still caught up in the mojo. Who's real, who's fake, who's solid. Like I said, you know the game is over when an individual could call a guy who told and he's confirming if he's in the party or not. You know this is twisted. There's nothing real about that because if you did that in real life, you get your head popped off. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm going to have son call who told him your pops, he can confirm that. Dudes is dying over stupid stuff like that in the street because you little young fools will see this and do it yourselves. They'll go live mimicking what you'll see what these guys do live. And you'll think it's fun and games, but you'll get caught lacking, you'll get hit. There's nothing loyal about this. There has to be a chain of loyalty. Some of y'all are not even loyal to yourselves. The main thing the brother said. We've been so loyal to everybody else. Since you've been loyal, as long as you've been loyal to yourself, you've probably been winning more, right? The less you do for others, you do for yourself, you win, right? And when you stop impressing others, I've never been the type of individual that want to be a real nigga in other individual eyes. Because what happens? Just like somebody you be around. 1 minute, they a big homie. The next minute, they're a dub. Does that mean that they ain't fishing no more? No, that's just a word. Yo, he's a dub. He ain't in that position no more. It doesn't mean a person is fake or he's whatever. He's just not that guy no more. But so many guys stick on these statuses and names that has no income to it. It's amazing. They're dying over because somebody says you're a dub because you're not the GF no more. Or you're not the superior no more. So you're willing to throw it all away just to prove them a real one and spend the yard for 30 summers. Instead of building generational wealth, there's so much to do. Move out the state, live your life. When you see that old smooth guy with the big car in the corner, and he in front of the store, like the big jewels, big glasses, big jacket, and he talking crazy all day, you ask him, yo, how many pieces of property you own on this block? Now I own nothing. This is my block. Then you lose. Then you're losing. You're just wasting time. You're a hood ornament. You just out here waiting for that SSI check. You might get that in the penitentiary, dude. Those scams that catch up to each other. Everybody gets caught eventually. You play in the streets long enough, you be spinning the yard for the rest of your life. Look at the fool who bought the Wu-Tang Clan's cap, who bought that album. See what he had? He's spending somebody federal penitentiary for other crimes. Gotta be smart, man. We gotta change the conversation. Take pride in the success in your family. Some of y'all really got drug lines, so that's all you'll know. You can't be a hood ornament, man. Ornament. You can't be, you know what I'm saying? You can't put yourself in a situation where I'm gonna be in the corner for the rest of my life. I'm gonna be a real one. And all I amassed was street credibility. Who cares about that? Who cares about that? Time to upgrade. Yes, you gotta ask somebody, go, okay, how does a guy who snitched on somebody riding around Harlem, how is that uplifting? You know what I'm saying? So what that says, for everybody else that told y'all gonna do the same thing he's doing, y'all may not have the same, y'all may not have the same ending as that man will have. You tried, somebody might blow your head off. Yo, he told my cousin, kill him. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we do. We follow trends. We follow what's cool. And that's what we mean about the recycle thing. Oh, is it cool that he interviews somebody who told? No, he talked crazy about a bunch of guys he's never going to see again in his life. Not at all. But then somebody else tries it. And you don't have the backing. And they walk out their building or go to a party. And totally forget 8 months ago, they was on their live defending somebody who told the story, who disrespected all their homies. And somebody looks in the party and goes, ain't that the guy that went live a month ago saying that such and such is there to do 30 years in jail and how he represented somebody he doesn't even know? And then when they press you and when they blow your face off, you're sitting there going, no, I'm just a civilian. Get it together, man. Get it for the bag, man. Get it for the bag, man. What's wrong with Farrakhan? I don't get caught up in the politics of Farrakhan and Malcolm X because I was never NOI or FOI, whatever you want to call it. But one thing I'm going to say, what the NOI did, though, they cleaned a lot of junkies up in those 60s and 70s. That's one thing that they did do. When you watch the King of Harlem or whatever, that's one thing that they really did. They cleaned up a lot of junkies. A lot of our grandfathers and uncles that were stuck on that hammer on, they cleaned a lot of junkies up, man. But they don't give them props for that. You have to watch a show where Lawrence, what's the guy name with the eye? He has to make a show showing that with Malcolm X and all that at the joint. Like, wow, this is deep, man. So that's what they was doing. So the FOI, they never showcased that because over here about Farrakhan, that when he speaks, they try to say he come at the white media all the time. But looking at you have a different outlook. They had military, they was militant, they was eating healthy, they was changing minds and lifestyles. You're talking about a time when there was Jim Crow in the South still, right? But we don't see that. All we hear about is Malcolm X and his beef with Elijah Muhammad. Farrakhan beef with boom. We put all that to the side. They saved a lot of lives. They saved a lot of our grandparents, a lot of our uncles. You should salute them for that, right? But we don't salute them for that. We rather sit here and chastise the man and say he should mind his business and this, that, and the third. Why should he mind it? Now you tell me why should Farrakhan mind his business for? You don't think he's tired of seeing the black on black crime? You don't think when Meek Mill's hang out with these NFL players and these individuals that own teams, you don't think that he's trying to influence them to help out with their influences over their friends they went to college with, to make them see a bigger picture that didn't grow up around African Americans in position of power? Remember, to some of these judges, we've been in business. Some of these Supreme Court judges just be a part of the cabinet. Okay, 2 to 6, 4 to 12, 3 to 9. What you know about Harlem? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm from West Long Island somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm living Greenwich, Connecticut. My battery's getting low, but shout out to the brother out there in ATL with the good brothers. You're gonna fight a good fight. We for the revolt, we for the people, man. Love yourselves, man. Don't care if we black, brown, green, what gender, who cares? Let's not recycle the crime, man. Exactly, JP. And once you start realizing that we're making them, it got to the point where they changed the laws and where they pushed this gang shit in New York, and now who's going to jail? The babies, Bandito. Just like they said in that, and remember that movie? Damn, New York NYPD is running out of niggas to lock up. They locking the babies up now. The new killers is 15 years old, 17 years old, Bandito. The oldest nigga now is 21. The last couple of raids, the oldest one was 21. He's 15, 16, 17. These guys got multiple shootings. Shout out to the Chico gang. They've been fighting Chico fight. Exactly. That's what most of your good lawyers, your good lawyers and judges live at. You know what I'm saying? In New York City. Bendito. Somebody. I'm just being honest with you. They wanted out the niggas to lock up. So they made these laws. Who's gonna break them? A bunch of young niggas and a bunch of silly old niggas that think that they still waiting. That's what they locking up. Shout out to the Chico gang. Shout out to the MTM gang. Shout out to JetBlue. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying? But all this is recycling crime. Instead of TNT buses, we got a drug bus. We got like 8 dudes, 2 jumpings, 4 Molly pills, a thing of lean, $2, and at least 8 guns come out the housing complex. After that being said, we're going to evict every family that lived in here if that little boy is on the lease. Know what that means? You got 8 families that's going to go through the struggle while you live comfortable for 8 summers somewhere. Oh yeah, the shelter system is not a game. You got some people that have been in the shelter for 4 or 5 summers. Why? Because you're someone to represent a gang. He ain't making enough money to move you up the projects. Because he ain't old enough. He's 15, 16, 12. Y'all think about that when you represent, when you wear the same color your kid wear and go, yeah, we just keeping it real, we keeping it funky. You know what I'm saying? It's a dirty game out here. Remember when the police kick the doors open, his name on that leash, you out of there. So you better tell me, no matter what you do, rob a bank, nigga. Because when I go, you know, it's back to the shelter. It's back to the It's back to the Bronx, back to Fordham Heights. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on so on. You know, nowadays it take 8, 9, 7. It took them to build affordable housing to move some young people around. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that, man? Nothing wrong with getting a 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with thinking positive. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with using the basketball scholarship to become a doctor. Fuck it, I'm gonna use this. I know I ain't going pro, so I'm gonna go this way with this. I'm gonna sit on the bench happily. Shout out to Fordham Heights. With that being said, I gotta go. The battery's running low. Shout out to everything ATL. Salute to Meek Mills and his campaign. You know what I'm saying? Salute to those that's fighting for the people. Puff P. Diddy. Let's stop tearing down our millionaires and think about, you know what I'm saying? That at least they're trying to do something Akon. Let's take pride in that. We're tearing them up, we're picking up drug dealers or ex-drug dealers. This is crazy. We're sitting on platforms going, fuck Puff. But yo, listen, man, but this nigga's honorable. He sold all the drugs in this community, fucked everybody up, crack babies, everything. He's a real nigga though. See about our thinking, man. You're right. We have to reconstruct this. The mob did it. They cleaned up. They own half the. At one point, the mob owned half the construction contracts downtown. They caught 100 years in the feds for the cement shit. Remember? You know what I'm saying? The mob bosses. They controlled the union so bad. They got so greedy. They was charging niggas top dollar for cement, even though they had the contracts on the jobs. So you got generational wealth. Okay, I got 100 years in the feds, but my kids and my grandkids are gonna be good for the rest of their life. Because in the mix of this, I bought 20 blocks. You see what John Gotti Jr. owned? You remember that, JP? Them niggas was controlling everything. That's gangster shit. They transitioned from the streets. They said, yo, keep the dope. We going over here. We haven't transitioned yet. We're still stuck here. We're still getting OSHA cards. You should be running the fucking unions, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, man, it's trying to grow up, get your mind right. That being said, that old money, man, that old money talks Spanish to some people. You know what I'm saying? Go to Tottenville, Staten Island. You see all those houses, all those mansions going towards the Staten Island. What we know about Staten Island, the Stapleton, Park Hill, and them side blocks. As soon as you go further up, at the New Dorp, it's the mansions. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Old mob money. Anything going towards the end. Tottenville. Yeah, the mansions. They call it the White House was out there, I believe. You know what I'm saying? That being said, man, just think about it. It's time to grow up, man. And stop glorifying dumb shit and recognizing what's real. Exactly. You don't even know JP. With that being said, salute to What's Your Jacket Podcast. Salute to NuT. We're calling up JP in the building. A lot of times JP shoot at me. But this tonight, he's with me. So actually, I must have been on point today. Because normally, he'd be busting me over the head with Heineken bottles. And I'll be able to take it, but it make me sharpen my tools. Gotta be on point. So I salute you for that. You sharpening my tools, bro. You helping me out become a better content. Better content, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I want. When I'm wrong, y'all supposed to bust me over the head with that Heineken. Hold on, what's wrong with you, man? Get it right, bro. That being said, man, salute, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love my wife, Southern Belle. You know what I'm saying? And I like that y'all still here with me, man. We're going to grow together. You know what I'm saying? No time I'll be at 10,000 subs and a bunch of weirdos in the comments, and we're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I just got to do it peacefully and respectively. You know what I'm saying? We got the Wolves is going so, but remember, it's a dirty game. Shout out to my man Court TV, J.E. Moneybags, my man AK Mafia. You know what I'm saying? People that support my man John Monday, my whole project, Lexington Projects, Washington Projects. You know what I'm saying? We here in the building, man. Love is love. Rest in peace, Razo. Word, El Barrio Merch. You know what I'm saying? Love y'all, man. It's love, man. Love is love, man. Shout out to everything in Brooklyn, man. That being said, keep your garments tight. Don't sit with your sneakers off. Keep your chain tucked in. You see some Brooklyn niggas, it still is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Go see that Canaan 3, word? Shout out to the South Side Queens, Fox, Sussex side. You know what I mean? Easy.